All right. Hey everyone. How are you? Just checking all the stuff, make sure everything was running okay. But I want to say welcome to everyone that is watching. Agent 37, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the video. Appreciate it that you take the time. Everyone, welcome very, very much. Welcome to this. I hope you are having a fantastic day and you're willing to take this day. You know, like today is gonna be a very, very busy day, or tonight is gonna be a busy night because there's so much to talk about, man. I'm telling you, friends, there's so much to discuss. There was a lot of reveals every week. There's a lot of reveals, so this week is no exception. We're gonna talk about a lot of amazing collectibles, a lot of amazing companies, and that's not all the companies because there's always a lot of companies, but I try to bring as much as possible from different backgrounds, from different companies. As you know, I talk about action figures, we talk about props, we talk about, of course, statues and different scales. You know, we try to cover as much as possible because all these companies are doing amazing work, and definitely they deserve, you know, that attention. They deserve that we give them a fair chance. So that's what I do in the channel. But I want to say to all of you, thank you very much. Those who are watching right now, they're starting to watch. Agent 37, thank you. Also, anyone else that is watching, and anyone that is going to come in the future to watch this, even the recording, I want to say thank you for taking the time. I appreciate your support. You know, we do this, you know, because we love the collectibles. We love collectibles. We love the fun stuff, the fandom. So that's what we're going to cover today. So I welcome all of you. So tonight is going to be heavy. I can tell you that. Before we get into the list of things that's going to happen, first I want to ask you this: if you are here for the first time, if you like the content of this channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know you're watching. That way also that helps the algorithm and YouTube to know that people care about this content, so that means that they can promote this video to more viewers, to more collectors, and that means more people coming and having a better conversation and making this channel grow. So don't forget to do that. Also, if you are considering supporting this channel financially, you can also do that through Patreon. You can do that also through the super chat. All of that, those options are available there. You can go through the options. So my friend, let's get into it. And today there is a lot we're going to cover. You know, I'm gonna talk about some news before we get into the collectibles, but I want to kind of give you an idea to starting, because it's gonna be a long night. So I want to optimize the time. I want to make sure that we take care of everything or every company. So I want to talk about, first, we're going to cover some action figures. I want to talk about the company's Premium DNA Toys. They have some stuff at Sideshow, but they have stuff in other places. And I want to talk about this company because I like the action figures they offer. Also, we're going to talk about 30 getting into more action figures. Love what 30 does. Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys has a new Robocop diecast figure. I want to talk about that. Bandai Spirits, they're releasing some Mazinger C figures that look amazing. We're going to cover that. They have it at Sideshow. They're sold out at a Big Bad Toy Store, the pre-orders, but they're at Sideshow now. Hot Toys, of course, always Hot Toys has reveals. Beast Kingdom, they have a new Lightyear action figure that looks great. Sen Creations, if you're a Naruto Shippuden fan, there's an action figure 1/6 scale. We're going to talk about that. That's just for the action figures. Now, with the statues, we're going to talk about Taito. We're going to talk about Explose, Ghidorah. That's if you're a fan of the figures, the Godzilla figures, they released something. First for figures, they also have releases this week. Numskull Collectibles, have never talked about him. We're gonna talk about it today. Dark Horse Direct, they also have some reveals, some great little statues. If you're a Witcher's fan, or if you love Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to cover that. Kami Arts, they release a beautiful diorama, in this case a statue for Naruto fans. Tweeterhead, if you've seen that, I think is one of the biggest thing, one of the most anticipated statues for me this week, well, this year, is the He-Man and Battle Cat. It's finally released. We're going to talk about it in depth, about the stuff there, you know, how beautiful it is. We're going to go into the photos, all of that. We're going to talk about Megahouse. If you are a Ultraman fan, they have a big figure, a big statue. Also, Piji Studio, Jamie Tyndall releasing a statue. If you're a fan of his art, in this case, through Merc Publishing, they're releasing this, a very, very actually sexy looking statue. We're going to cover that. That's a spec fiction. Prime1 Studio, they have beautiful releases this week, of course. If you're an Attack on Titan fan, they have a quarter scale statue, a big diorama, anticipated statue for the fans. Also going to talk about the Sinestro and the companion piece that is coming with it. So we're gonna cover about that if you're a 1/3 scale collector. PCS Collectibles, they released a Marvel Future Revolution. Well, they give us the hint of a Captain America 1/6 scale that looks really good. We're gonna cover just the reveal, just a first image. We're gonna cover some of that. We're gonna talk a little bit about it, what I think about it as a 1/6 scale collector, and also we're gonna talk about the Thanos statue, 1/3 scale statue that has a lot of people divided. We're gonna cover the stuff there here today. We're gonna talk about the things that we don't like about the statue, and you know, we're gonna go in depth with that. Now, also, we're gonna talk about Gentle Giant stuff. They're releasing, you know, in this case, 1/6 scale statues, but also they release in a half scale. The Force Awakens First Order Officer Buzz. We're gonna on the Legends in 3D. We're gonna cover that. Queen Studios. If you love Queen Studios, they have some news for actually in-art Gandalf collector, so the in-art stuff, and they have a Gandalf. They make some changes in addition to that figure. We're gonna cover that, but I think the most important thing for statue collectors will be in this case the Iron Man Mark 85 life-size statue, which is super expensive. We're gonna look at it because, hey, you know, there's no charge for looking at things, so we're gonna cover that. And also, finally, we're going to talk about Hollywood Collectibles Group because they're releasing a replica. If you're a Predator fan, you love Predator, then definitely there's something there for you. So there's a lot to talk about this week. And definitely, we're going to go in depth with this stuff. You're always welcome to share your opinion you know, in the comments. Let me know what you think about things. So we go in detail. We talk about this stuff, what I think about it. And then, of course, they go in through the comments. And, of course, we have a conversation here. So all of you, welcome very much. Thank you. Thank you for your support. And I'm making sure everything is correct here. And now, before we get into everything, of course, I want to make sure, you know, this weekend, this is very special for a lot of us. Hey, Agent 37. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that you pay attention to what I have to share here. I appreciate Agent 37. But I want to also, I really want to, before we get into all the stuff of this week, also, I want to congratulate all of you, all those who are fathers, because, of course, this weekend is Father's, we're celebrating Father's Day. Some countries, like in Mexico and in other countries, they celebrate, like in Mexico, I think it was the 15th or something like that. So my dad called me and all that because he lives in Mexico, so he congratulated me and I congratulated him too. But here in America, of course, is this coming Sunday. So I want to congratulate, of course, it's the weekend, and I know many of you want to spend time with your family. So I want to congratulate you if you're a father. Hey, Edwin, how you doing? Congratulations, happy Father's Day. Grandparents, fathers, whether you're a stepfather, whether you're a biological father, whether you're an adopted father, whether you don't have kids, but you also, you know, help your nephews and nieces, and you're kind of like a father figure to them, then I congratulate you. Don't forget, family is important. So enjoy the weekend, have fun with it. You know, I don't know what you want to do. One thing you can perhaps do is watch movies, because there's a lot of great movies out there. And I just went to watch this week. Went by myself. My wife didn't. She wasn't disposed, so I went to the movie theater to watch Top Gun and Maverick, and I'm telling you, I enjoyed the film. It was pretty good. It's definitely, you know, if for those who love the first film, because the nostalgia factor is big in that. The story wasn't great on Top Gun Maverick. I'm sorry, the original Top Gun. So the Top Gun Maverick is not going to like win Oscars when it comes about the story. But I think the spectacle of the film is just the of course, the flight, you know, and having Tom Cruise piloting these airplanes. I think that's the amazing thing. And I will tell you, this is the type of movie that you need to go and watch in the movie theater, because of course it's just big. The screen is big and you can see all this, and it looks amazing. I think it was a visual spectacle. It was perfect for what it was. Kept you on your toes. I felt entertained from beginning to end. You know, even on the cheesiness of some of the storyline, and really it's kind of like a repetition of the original in so many ways visually. But other than that, it was fun. So it was a fun movie. So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend you to go and watch it. If you're looking for something like that, some action pack and some entertainment, it's a good movie. I am going to the movies tomorrow. I'm taking my nephew, going with my wife. We're going to watch finally Jurassic World Dominion. So I'm looking forward to that film. I know that there's some mixed reviews in regards to it, but you know, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it's a Jurassic Park film, Jurassic World film. They all have their own things, you know, like they're just Hollywood films. It's entertainment. So I'll see what happens. You know, maybe they say that there's too much dialogue. Who knows? But I want to watch it. Hopefully it sways me. So far I like the franchise. I like all the Jurassic Park movies. So we'll see how this one goes. So we're going to watch it tomorrow. And maybe you can watch that as well if you haven't watched it. Also, there's Lightyear came out, from Pixar, and of course there's some. I will tell you one thing, and I'm probably gonna share some commentary here. Hey, Lofi, how you doing? I ordered the Soren life size from Infinity and the Balrog, a big buzz from Queen Studios. Thoughts? Okay. Well, I love the Soren. It's a big piece, so I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. If you have the space, by all means. I think that Soren is huge, so it's gonna take a lot of real estate. But I talked about it before. I think it's a huge piece. I did mention I talk about it. That Soren life size, buzz, and I talk about the Balrog and all of that. I think they're amazing, expensive for sure, but amazing. How you doing, John? Darth Vader. Jurassic Park is just supposed to be fun. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for no Oscar winning type of story. Like I don't need to go in depth. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I can really tell you how good it is until I watch it tomorrow. Maybe I love it. Maybe I don't like it so much. Maybe I hate it. Who knows? But that's the reason we go to the movies. Now, going to what I was saying about Lightyear, I don't know. There's a controversy, which, I kind of understand. I was talking to a friend earlier today about it because I saw the trailer. It looks fine. I can watch it, but at the same time, I feel kind of, I will tell you this, as many of you know, I'm a Christian. And as a person, I have my beliefs. I respect people's ideas in regards to their sexuality. I believe in inclusiveness. I believe that people need to be included in life. I believe that people need to be respected for their choices. But what I'm against is this wokenness that exists everywhere, particularly with Disney, forcing, the LGBT, particularly this month, more than anything, on everything that they can take their hands on. They're doing it with Star Wars. They're doing it with Marvel. They're doing it with Pixar, which technically is geared towards children. And to me, that is just crossing the line. I feel that, they, in doing that, they're hurting themselves, and also taking away the desire to take your kids to watch this. Because this is the thing, I don't want to take my kid to watch Lightyear just for, and this case, not my kid, because it's my nephew now. He's old. Probably he's old. He understands more than I think. But, it's the way that they trying to make children to kind of fall for it. In a way that to me is like, it feels that they hijack Hollywood, they hijack all these movies in a way that they force you to accept their lifestyle or the lifestyle. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm not, this is not a political thing here. I'm not trying. I believe in respecting people's choices. I'm just against the idea of really shoving it up, down our throats in so many ways. So I don't know if I want to watch it, to be honest with you. And I have, in some ways, sometimes I'm forgiven of certain things, but I'm getting to the point I feel like, man, it's getting ridiculous. It happened with Doctor Strange. It happens in every Marvel stuff. That's happening now more than ever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no problem on getting into some chat with anybody and, discussing the points. I just feel that it's just getting out of hand. So if you want to watch it, by all means, I'm not saying not, because it looked good. I saw the trailer and part of me wants to go watch it. Some countries, they say, no, we're not going to have it just because there's one scene, one kiss or something like that. But to me, it's like, okay, one single scene is enough sometimes to kind of put you off. So I don't know what to say on this. I haven't seen it, but it seems unnecessary. That's what I'm saying. Why do we have to keep doing that with every single movie? I don't know. It's like, it's Father's Day, and I want to take my nephew, because we help my nephew. His father is not here, unfortunately. So I try to be there for my nephew. And, I want to have a good time with him. I don't want to be going into this type of things and explaining situations to him that, go over his head. I just feel that it's just unnecessary. And particularly in a children's theme type of film. So I feel that that's the point. I totally understand when it's more mature. When you're talking about a theme that's more mature in a movie, more above the PG-13 or something like that, I understand. I'm okay with it. They keep shoving it in every single film, but it's just getting to the point that it's just getting ridiculous in every single scene or any type of show or TV show, animation. And Disney is at the forefront of it in so many films and stories, and in Disney Plus. And they, to me, it's like it comes to a place where it's no longer about pride. It's more about being, I don't know, just, arrogant. There's a difference between have pride in who you are and that includes your sexuality. Another thing is to be arrogant about it. And I feel that there's so much arrogance right now coming from places like Disney, you know, and they're gonna get hurt because ultimately people, like some countries, they say, well, we're not gonna have it. So when they're hurting, when the bottom line hurts, that's when Disney starts just kind of going back and says, well, I'm sorry, you know, we're going to kind of step back a little bit and respect everybody. Because when we talk about inclusiveness, we're not talking about just people, minority, we're talking about everybody. Everybody has to be included in this film. So that's what I want to say. So yeah, I'm with you. My kid will not watch it. Any woke junk. Yeah, you know, that's the point. You know, like I totally, I understand. And I have to respect, you know, if my kid decides in the future to have his own, you know, choices in life, you know, in regards to the sexuality, that's a choice that he has to make as an adult. I feel that as a kid, you know, what is right, you know, not nature, you know, it's nature. And if we want to go out of that, we want to break it out, then I'm sorry, it's not flying out. And I wanted to share that, you know, to be honest with you, because, I don't know, I'm just upset about it. You know, not upset, but it bothers me. Like, it bothers me for some reason this week. I feel like, you know, you're trying to defend people's rights, but at the same time, you feel like, okay, this is just getting out of hand. And it's making things more complicated as a parent to navigate. So I'm telling you, I'm glad, you know, Ryan, of course, I have my nephew, but I'm glad that I don't have to raise children anymore, helping my nephew, of course, as some of you perhaps they have to deal with it, because it is tough. You know, as a parent, I knew I went through situations with my own daughter that it was tough, you know, particularly in the wokeness of this society, trying to, you know, teach your kids to do right, you know, to live right. And you know, to make their choices and be proud of their choices too. But, you know, to in the end, you know, you're just not to let the world sway them into living a lifestyle or choosing a lifestyle just because everybody thinks it's cool. You know, that's just different. You know, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen. So it hurts me not to go to watch Lightyear, but I'm to the point where, like, you know what, forget it. I'll watch it when it comes out, perhaps on Disney Plus, and it's gonna hurt them because I'm not paying for that. But I'm gonna watch the movies where I feel that, you know, I can take my child and I feel comfortable that he's gonna be okay. So that's just the way it is. Now let's forget about it. Let's move on before I lose more viewers here today. Because some of you are like, you know, they're gonna walk away from it. That's not the reason they were here. But also, I want to talk about something here. Moving on onto that, another thing that I want to talk about it, and it's really sad because it's happening more and more. I want to talk about also the passing of Team Sale. You know, it's something that it's hard. You know, like I feel like, you know, as you get older, of course, you know, it seems that more of the artists that you kind of grew up with or the artists that you admire, they're passing. And this year has been rough. You know, the last few years have been rough. You know, there's so many great artists that I admire over time. And Team Sale was a great artist. And I will tell you, I was never, I would say, that super crazy about his work in the sense that, oh my God, he's the top artist that I had on my list of the best artists of all time. But it is undeniable that Tim was one of the best artists of his generation. One that was not, he was not following the trend. He was his own trend. And he was his own style. And he was his own type of artist. And his style was very unique. And it was just perfect for the stories that, you know, he was working with. You know, the people that he was working with. From the moment that he started with, you know, Dark Horse Comics with Grendel, with Wagner, his good friend for years. Grendel was amazing with when he was working there. And of course, with his time with Jeff Loeb doing the work with, you know, Batman, The Long Halloween. Of course, all the stuff that he did at DC, which is a lot of stuff there was amazing. Of course, you know, the Superman for All Seasons, which is amazing. You know, all the stories, you know, Dark Victory, from Rome, all the stories that he did while he was working there. And then, of course, when he was in the series with Marvel, with Spider-Man Blue, and of course you have his Daredevil, also his Captain America, and his you know, all these miniseries that he did, of course, with Hulk, all of that. Really good, you know, amazing work. And for years doing so much amazing covers and art, and it was just powerful in a way that it was so exquisite. And of course, you know, not seeing him anymore, it really hurts. In the sense that, you know, he's passing. It seems like he was sick for quite some time. I saw some of the most recent videos of him, some interviews, and he didn't look as well. But you know, everybody that always talk about him, they will tell you that he was very soft-spoken, but also he was a very kind person and very good friend that, you know, has so many friends in the industry, many friends, many people loved him, and he had always time for the fans, and he was there for the fans. So another great artist that passed so soon, and it is sad, you know. And I think it's also the nature of things, you know, as we get older. You know, I'm in my 40s, But as I get older, of course, there's the passing. Some of those heroes, artists that were heroes to me, they were already adults. Some of them are already grown when I was just a child. Of course, now that I'm an adult, grown man, mid-range, mid-age, of course, it is natural that many of them pass. So rest in peace. My prayers are with his family now, his friends, and definitely he's going to be missed. But we can always remember him for his amazing art, his amazing stories, the storytelling that was amazing. It was something different, like when you see an art from Team Cell, it was Team Cell. There are artists that sometimes when you look at them, you might kind of think twice about who that person is, but Team Cell was unique, and definitely his work will always be there to remind us of his greatness and his talent, which was amazing. So Godspeed to Team Cell now. And of course, another thing I want to talk before I get into more of the details of today, got into the stuff here. Also, I want to talk about some news. Like there's some couple things that happened this week, which I'm always interesting. There was some news, very powerful news that we really is going to affect some companies. In this case, the purchase of Kinetiquettes by Mighthy Jaxxx. Mighthy Jaxxx is a company that has been buying a lot of companies, or they have this. They're doing something with some companies. They also I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're covering also XM Studios now. I don't know if they purchased it, but they're kind of within the same. They're the ones that they're financing and providing some of the new financing to what XM Studios is. So they have this tremendous partnership. They're technically the investors now. So Mighthy Jaxxx is growing so big, and they're expanding. And for that, I want to show you. I want to really take you to. We're gonna go to Facebook, so I'll give you an idea of how this transaction went. And I think last week I was talking about Kinetiquettes. I was thinking about that. We haven't seen so many news about him, so I was thinking, like, I don't know what's going on. I hope everything is fine, because we haven't heard for quite some time. So I was a bit worried. I was thinking, man, and I know the guys at Kinetiquettes. At least we're friends on Facebook. So I was thinking, man, hopefully the company is doing well. So that was my thought. Okay, so let's see. Maybe you can see it here. Okay, we're here. So we are here at the Kinetiquettes on Facebook, and I want to show you here. Here the news. Here's that. We are very thrilled to share with our fans, friends, and collaborators some exciting news. Kinetiquettes is entering in a new cycle of growth, and our creative director took some time to kindly share the news with us earlier today. Since Kelvin, Keith and Woon and I came together way back in 2014, and these artists are amazing. Over a coffee break, we faced a lot of ups and downs over the years. Many of them, they were working in the gaming industry as designers. We made some strides and we had other failures, but through it all, we always had the opportunity to do what we love because of all of you who have followed, critiqued, and supported us over the years. Today is the day we can happily say our blood, sweat, and tears have finally come to fruition. We're now part of the Mighthy Jaxxx umbrella, which has been in the works for almost a year. So that's the reason why, we didn't hear much about it, because I was like, man, I haven't heard from them. It's like they slowed down a bit, and it was that was pretty much behind closed doors. What does this mean for Kinetiquettes? It means that we can finally kick into high gear and truly unleash our potential as a collectible studio. This opportunity not only gives us access to more resources and IPs to bring to the fans, but also to work together with MJ to bring unique experiences to the collectors. This also means that all of our products, we not only have a faster delivery, including those still in production, while striving for the highest quality like we always have. There are so many things already happening in the background right now that I can't wait to share with you all. But all I can say for now is that thank you for sticking with us all these years. We promise to work even harder to bring you the most epic versions of your favorite characters to life. And Adet Meinl is a creative director. Adib is a phenomenal guy. He's a very down-to-earth guy. So this is what happened. Now Kinetiquettes belongs to Mighthy Jaxxx. Mighthy Jaxxx definitely has been doing some acquisitions. He's been investing in some other groups. This group is doing a lot of amazing work. For those who are unfamiliar, let's see if we can put you right here, Mighthy Jaxxx. So they release all sort of statues and things, but they're also doing their own stuff. They're doing investment. They're getting into the trail of things, and also this corporation also is they're gonna be working in so many ways also with XM Studios, because they're also part of the same group. And I think there's other companies as well involved in the whole Mighty Jaxxx International PTD LTD, which is technically the corporation that is doing all this. They're investing in other companies. So this is great news. I'm telling you guys, in my opinion, it's great news for Kinetiquettes fans. And it's always good to see companies evolving, moving forward into some new things. So we'll see how that goes for Kinetiquettes. Sometimes purchases can be tricky for some companies, but it really enhances some of the companies, gives them more the cash flow that they need in order to invest into different IPs, also bring some other IPs for them to work, and it allows them to work with a wider team of people because they have the reach and they have the funds for it. So we'll see how that goes, because definitely Kinetiquettes has been amazing, particularly with the stuff they're doing with the King of Fighters, Street Fighter stuff. They also have the Guilty Gear license, but they haven't really used it. They have a lot of Capcom stuff, so we'll see how that goes. So congratulations to the guys for this good news for them. So it's good. And another thing, Mighty Jaxxx also purchased another what was a PlayE, which is a company technically that does PlayE. It's a company I think in Asia that does different stores. They're kind of like the GameStop stores here now, the EV game stores that we have here in North America. Where they now, of course, they don't only sell games, also say that I think they sell all collectible things, for all different prices for the market. So they're gonna use that reach with PlayE as a way to also to reach out. And I'm gonna give you an idea of PlayE, so that gives you an idea of this website. So they have the different stores, so they have all sort of things, collectible items for the toy store, collectible store. And I think they're particularly based, I don't know if it's Singapore. Yeah, in Singapore. So I don't know if they are in Malaysia, but very much gaming. Again, like GameStop or EV Games here in North America. So they're going to be selling all kind of products through them as well. So it's going to be easier for them to distribute a lot of their products as well. So I think that's the reason why Mighty Jaxxx is doing these acquisitions, so they can have a bigger reach and grow as an enterprise, reaching out not only a particular set of collectors, but all the collectors and all the different people. So here they also talk about PlayE and the purchase that was done there. So that is cool. We'll see how that goes. So kudos to them and congratulations again. All right. So, but there's not the only purchase that happened. It's not the only thing that we saw this week that was interesting. Also, I want to take you to Mondo. Mondo was also purchased. Mondo Tees, famous company in this case for this stuff. What I want to talk about, this stuff Mondo does. Now, there's some good news. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about this one, this He-Man figure. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's coming on pre-order. It's not on pre-order yet. It's coming out next week. So next week we'll talk about it. But Mondo Tees here. Let's see, we can get to the place where the news are located, because here there's a lot of stuff. They have all this stuff that they produce, from vinyl, art, a lot of things they do, and collectible items. Here's that variety. Funko buys Mondo high-end pop culture collectibles vendor from Alamo Draft House exclusive. So let's look at this. This is from Variety. Gonna skip the ad here because we don't care about the ad. Here you go. Let's see. It's an exclusive. This is under a deal with indie theater chain Alamo Draft House. Funko acquire Mondo. Funko, of course, Funko toys. You like Funko? I hate Funko toys. I just don't like them. I know a lot of people love them. I have friends that they collect a lot of them. Once you fall in love with something, you're gonna go all in. Particularly with Funko, it seems they're very addictive. But I never really find the attention to them. I just don't. I respect those who do, but I don't. But Funko, of course, has made a lot of money. They're millionaires, billionaires now because of it. So now they did with the chain Alamo Draft House, they bought Mondo, which creates and sells vinyl records and soundtracks, posters, toys, apparel, books, games, and other collectibles. About 30 Mondo employees are joining Funko. I didn't know Mondo only have 30 employees, which is amazing, because even though they're not a big company, they have been able to have a name, in the industry. Financial terms of the deal are not being disclosed, but it's obviously not massive. Funko says it does not expect the Mondo acquisition to have a material impact on its financial performance in 2022. Mondo, based in Austin, Texas, was founded in 2001 by Rob Jones and Tim League, and was previously a subsidiary of Alamo Draft House. Mondo has become best known, I didn't know that, has become known for its limited edition vinyl records, which they do, and its screen printed posters, which focus on bringing art back to music and cinema through collaborations with acclaimed artists. All right, good to know. So now they belong to that. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. Of course, I think with Funko is trying to expand its reach and the way they're doing things with collectibles, perhaps even way above the Funko toys. So I don't know how this is gonna work out. This is one that I'm not necessarily completely sure how that is gonna be for Mondo. They have a niche market. They've been doing well with it. So I really don't know if that is going to be like it's going to make Mondo even more profitable in the long run, or it's going to allow for Mondo to have more stuff to showcase. Who knows? I don't know. So, but it's something to kind of keep an eye on. There's sometimes Mondo does some collectibles that are really interesting and one-time exclusive things, which is something that I don't like about Mondo. I wish they were more like in-depth into things like they've been doing with the Masters of the Universe. That's something that I want to mention here. They have this figure. This revealed this new He-Man action figure is a limited time edition exclusive. This is like a few years ago they have one figure like this, so they decide to redo it, but they're gonna add some extra things to this figure, like some different switch up, I think different portraits. Let me see if we can get more information here. So we come in here to this Masters of the Universe He-Man 1/6 scale figure. It's time edition. That means that it's going to be super limited. I think they make some improvements. I really like this one over the first one. A little over a half a decade ago, Mondo released its first ever Masters of the Universe collectible. Not only a little over half a decade ago, so it was 5 years ago. This has been a while. Not only was it first ever 1/6 scale Motu collectible, but we had the freedom to redefine the character and update in a way that now only Mondo is known for. The first ever release in this line was He-Man right here. So this is the image of the first one they released. Sold out, so it's one that is hard to combine. So that was it, kind of like that. It was a reimagining of the character. So now, over 6 years later, and after 10 different figures in the Mondo Motu collection, we are proud to present the return of He-Man to this line. This version is the definitive version that celebrates some of He-Man, as well as some of his most well-known accessories from the original Mattel release in the 80s. So this is going to be more based on in this case, the cartoon, and of course the toy line. And here you can see, it looks good, man. I'm telling you, it's like, so far, right now, Masters of the Universe getting a lot of attention. And it has a lot of accessories, as you can see, where you can change that. I like that. Definitely I like the new portrait. So it has new portraits. Also, you can change these magnets right here. That is kind of cool. And wow, look at this. It comes with so many accessories. This is definitely a great He-Man, and I'm like tempted for this one. Look at all the accessories. Here, look at the accessories that comes with the Mondo exclusive. Look at that. Love even the portrait. Look at this. The other portrait is kind of like the classic toy. That is really cool. Very cool. So, man, this is going to be... I like it more than the first one. I think it's better because, it brings back those memories. So it has the He-Man figure, the neutral portrait, the angry portrait, classic portrait, classic chest armor, battle chest armor, swappable standard, and battle damage H on battle armor, power sword. So all that. Look at this. All the different parts that you can do. Look good. And it doesn't say how much it's going to be. Finally, we tasked the super talented Raul Barreto to photograph this figure, and he turned in some of his most beautiful work yet. Look at that, Merman. Nice pictures right there. Really cool. And I love that Man at Arms. It's a nice figure for sure. Really cool. They did a fantastic job with this one, with all the parts. This is the thing. This is going to be a 24-hour window, 10th edition. The product goes live on June 21st. So if you really want to get this one, June 21st, only 24 hours. Only 24 hours. You better get to it. Because when it sells out, I'm telling you, when all the Mondo figures end up at, many people buy them and they end up at, like, what is that? eBay, and they pricing them crazy, like people going crazy for it. So don't forget, June 21st. I think it's a fantastic figure. It looks great. And it's right there, $260. I think it's a dual price for a figure like this as a 1/6 scale. $260. I'm all for it. I think it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. Of course, we're gonna talk about another He-Man statue right now that is coming. We're gonna talk about Tweeterhead later in the video, so stay tuned for that. I think it's good. $260. Limited time edition beginning at 12 p.m. Central Time on 6/21. Expected to ship in February 2023. So that looks good. Like it. I think they did a fantastic job with that figure. So it's good to know. Good to know right here what the companies are doing. So that looks great. All right, my friends. So definitely those are the things I want to cover, you know, Mondo. And now we're gonna go in depth. Now that we are already in, let's go into the figures. And I want to talk about another company. In this case, and what I'm going to do, we're going to, gonna come to Sideshow right here. All right, so right there, we are at Sideshow. I'm gonna come here first. But I want to talk about this company, and there's a lot of stuff we're gonna cover here today, so don't fret. We'll make it there when the time comes. But I want to talk about these pieces right here. I want to talk about a company. Name is Premium DNA Toys. Premium DNA Toys. They finally are at Sideshow. This is not the only thing they have. Premium DNA Toys Collectibles. They've been in business for, I would say, probably 5, 6, 7 years. They've been doing a lot of figures. They have their own line of figures. We're gonna go in detail with some of that stuff. But they have done other, other licenses. I think that the Battle Toes figures, people love those figures. But now we have the Earthworm Gym, and they have the line Earthworm Gym. And we're gonna go to the website too. $47. These are not big figures. You're talking about a 6, they're 1/12. That's pretty much the scale of this. So they're 6, close to 7, inches tall. It's $47.99. It's going to release in April and June of 2023. If you love Earthworm Jim, if you love the video game from the Sega era, definitely you're gonna love this guy. It's pretty cool. What I like about this small figures is that they do have a lot of different parts that you can change, like you can do with the portrait. You see Snot right there, really cool. And of course it has the different weapons and the different faces, and all these accessories make it really a nice little figure, and poseable, something that you can display different ways. You have different hands. You can see all the accessories that come with it. It's really cool. That is a pretty cool figure of the eyes. Definitely look good. And that is one that they have. But that's not the only figure. Also, if you're a Banjo Kazooie fan, which I love Banjo Kazooie, man, I'm telling you, from the Nintendo 64 era, when I was playing Nintendo 64, I played Banjo Kazooie like crazy. That's one of my favorite games from there. Besides, of course, the Mario, Neat 64, and there were others, like what was that? Mega Fox, all that, I don't remember all of them. And there's so many others, like that we can remember. But Banjo Kazooie right there, $64.99. It's a 2-pack. Gonna release in January and March of 2023. Of course, this is I think it's a little taller than the other one, than Earthworm Jim. I think it's just probably a fraction more, but it's like around 7 inches. But it looks really good. Love the different look at the different expressions. I think it's 2 different portraits. And then Kazooie right there. I like it for a figure. Looks good. Oh, look at that, the part that he found on his banjo and all that stuff. That is cool. So it has all these accessories that make it look good. Looks really, really cool. I don't know if you're a fan of this, but I like it. Definitely you can do all sort of things with it. It's really, really cool. All the different accessories and the different faces also. That is really cool. So, but it's not the only place you can find this. If we come to Big Bad Toy Store. All right, so let's see if we found them here. Oh, look at this vinyl record for the Shredder's Revenge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. I'm going to play this weekend this game. I've been thinking about live streaming it. Maybe I'll live stream it. Who knows? I haven't played it yet, but I want to play it. But there's not here. So let's look first at, what is that? Premium DNA Toys. And again, I want to say to all of you, thank you for tuning in. Here you can see the stuff. They have the Battle Toes. And let's look at the new and popular. So, of course, you have the Earthworm Gym. Also, not only they have the Earthworm Gym, they creating like extra different switch out portraits, like an accessory pack with different heads, which is kind of cool. So if you want to do more of different things with it and really enhance your figure, it's kind of like a cool idea. Makes it even more expensive. But that is cool. That's what I will tell you. What I like about Sideshow, doesn't have everything, but they have it more here at Big Bad Toy Store. Here you have the Side Crow figure, which is cool. Look at this one. $54.99. It's a little more expensive than if you go to Sideshow, but Sideshow doesn't have it. But it comes with all these different accessories. Look at that. That is really cool. I like this game. I did play this game a lot. It's one of my favorites from the Sega era. As you many, I'm a gamer, so I love games. And games, I love collectibles from games, although I don't really collect many of them. But you also have Bob the Killer Goldfish. That is another one in this line. Here you can see. Look at that. That is really, really cool. So that is giving you an idea of the things they have. So this company is doing good. But here you can see also they got the DNA premium logo statue, DNA. They got the Banjo Kazooie, we talk about it. These are the stuff that they kind of started, the matte balls. The matte balls are technically the stuff that they started with first. It's the online. People like those matte balls. I wasn't ever crazy about them. But they also have the big Battle Toe. So they have the Battle Toe stuff if you're into it. And some of them are crazy too. Like you can see Battle Toe's Rash figure. Or you can buy the whole thing as a whole set, $129. But these are really nice figures if you're into Battletoads. They look good. So cool figures, you know, you're into small figures, you know, like the, you know, in this case, the 1/12 scale. Definitely this is something worth checking out. The paint job on this, the accessories is really, really good. They did a fantastic job with those accessories and all the different portraits. Love that with the glasses. Looks really cool. All right, so you have the hands. Definitely, that's the reason why you see the price if you buy everything for the Battletoads. That is really, really cool. Man, I'm a bit thirsty, but I want to say to all of you, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you're watching this and you like the content, don't forget to leave a like, my friends. I appreciate it. That really helps this channel. Thank you for helping. So, man, there's so many parts. Look at this. The whole set. You're willing to pay $500 for all these figures? I know some people will because, you know, there's fans out there. Steep, but they look really cool. So, yeah, this company is doing really great. You can go to also on Facebook, but, you know, the Mad Balls is essentially how they started with all those figures. But Battletoads was kind of like the first franchise they did. And, of course, now they're going into Earthworm Jim and also Banjo Kazooie. So, you know, kudos to them. Hopefully things work out good for them. So that is good. But going back to Sideshow, I want to go. I want to look at another figure that was released there, and that is if you're a fan of Hiya Toys. Now, Hiya Toys, they do a lot of action figures for Predator stuff, for Alien stuff, Robocop stuff. You know, Hiya Toys is becoming popular, has been growing. They released this new Robocop figure. It's another 1/12 scale figure. It's a 6-inch, 6.5, something like that. Within that scale, this is part of the PX Preview exclusive, so it's gonna be part of the you know, the PX previews. But which actually is kind of interesting that Sideshow has them now, because you can also order this through, you know, your catalog and all of that if you in a comic book shop. So it's $89.90, that $9. The difference with this one is not plastic. This one has die-cast elements, so it does have little metal parts, which is good. Here you can see, I don't know if it says what it says, but it has die-cast elements. That's the reason why it's $89.99. And it's celebrating the 35th anniversary of Robocop, which is amazing to think that it's been 35 years since the release of the film. But looks really good. Again, it's die-cast elements. And it does have a lot of interchangeable parts, which I think makes it really, really good. I think it's a great figure for this. I love that it comes with all these different accessories, the different mounts. You have the different weapons, you know, different hands. The chest plate, of course, the one that is damaged. It has a base, which I love that it includes a base to display this one. Definitely, Hiya Toys did an amazing job on this one. It is also available here at Big Bad Toy Store. Let me go back here. Maybe we can see it here. It's always a paint right there. They have it right there. It's $89.99. So it's gonna be released February of next year. So same pictures. Actually, there's more pictures here. I like this one here. And look at this one with the damage and stuff. That is cool. Again, it has die-cast elements, which is gonna make it a little heavier. But I think that's how you have to make a Robocop. It's 6 inches there. It says 6.5. That's what it says in Sideshow. So it's within the 6-inch standard. But so I imagine that it's gonna be taller than 6 inches. Some of the parts inside, like this one and there, looks more plasticky. You know, we'll see how it goes in the end. Of course, this is not a Hot Toys. You know, like I would love for Hot Toys to do another Robocop. I would love to have it, or even Blizzway to do a new Robocop. Well, you know, we'll see how it happens, when that happens, if it happens. But it looks good. You know, if you're into Hiya toys, definitely that is an interesting take there. Now, another thing that I want to show you right here while we are at SciShow, I want to take you to, and I haven't looked at the comments. I don't know if you're commenting, but if you are, thank you very much for commenting. We're gonna cover a lot today. So here, let me read something. He-Man is a must for me. He-Man, that He-Man from Mondo, it is a must. I like that He-Man, and it came out of the left field for me, but I don't know. When I saw it, I think the price is fair, and I do like this one more than the first figure, because I do think that this one has the classic look, of course, the classic look, and I prefer that over the original. And it comes with all the extra parts. It comes with everything. So in my opinion, it's much better deal. So I prefer this one. All right, guys. So moving on. I want to move on now to another thing that just came out, which surprised me that it's a SciShow, because it was a big bad toy store. The action figures, here you can see the Kakume Shinka, which is, this is Mazinger C. And these are not big. These are looking at, let me see if the dimensions here, 6.5, so within the 1/12, the same as the other scales that we have seen so far. $125. I don't know if this one has die-cast elements, but it is an amazing representation, and I love Mazinger. I grew up with Mazinger C, and this is, you know, Bandai Spirits. So it looks amazing. It comes with all the different parts. Look at this one. It came out on pre-order this week, and it was sold out. The prices were sold out at Big Bad Toy Store, which I was a bummer. But now that I saw it, like today they came into SciShow, so I'm glad. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. If you love Mazinger, then buy, you know, go for it before it sells out. It looked good, and it's not a big figure, which I like. I don't like big, you know, this type of figures. I don't like in big. You know, I have this problem in space, and look at that. That's pretty cool. And these are the other ones, the enemies of Mazinger Classic from the Classic series, the 1970s series. I remember watching this as a kid, and I love this one. Definitely, those are great companion, those villains right there, $125. I think it's fair for what it comes. You know, if you know Bandai, this action figures. Now, these are Ghidorah and Dubulus, and here's another one. They look great as well. Look at that. Cool. Love all the accessories that come with them. These are classic. Even in the intro of Mazinger, you see these guys, like in the intro to, you know, the music and all that stuff. It was cool. Classic. Love that. And hopefully they produce the others as well, the companions of, you know, the allies of Mazinger. So that, to me, it's cool. I love it. This are coming together as a bundle, which is great. $180. I think it's fair. It is expensive, but it's sort of fair if you look at that, because looking at, maybe see, we can see here, maybe see, I think it was removed from the page, because let me see more new arrivals. Let's see more feature pre-orders. So here you can see, let's see, we have them there. So I think it's just the features, the one that they have there. Maybe they do. Who knows? Right, so let's do Mazinger. Well, there's always Mazinger stuff, but let's see new and popular. Right there. Sold out. They came out, sold out. So from Bandai Spirit. So I'm telling you right now, your bet is coming to SciShow. SciShow is your best bet because they're sold out. You know, and I'm telling you, they're going to do this as well here. So yeah, don't miss your opportunity. Go for it. Fantastic. I love the, you know, those characters growing up, so I'm okay with that. All right, guys, let me take a quick break, and also maybe if you have any comments, you can actually share those comments with me. I'm okay with that. Let me just drink something here because I'm getting thirsty, and we're just starting. We're just starting the night. It's 8:49, and we still have a long way to go. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. All right. All right. We're gonna go to Sideshow because I want to talk about Hot Toys. Hot Toys. Well, we're gonna go to Sideshow on this. But this is one that actually you can right here. There's two figures. They got the Iron Man Steel Armor and they got the War Machine. Now, these are the new ones. This is a variation of the classic one they already have on pre-order. This one right here, the Iron Man Deluxe. Let me show you the Deluxe first. That way we have an idea. This was already on pre-order. This doing this companion pieces. They also have the Armorized Deadpool. They have the War Machine. These are mostly based, not in the films. They are based on their own interpretations of the classic armor. So this is the first one that they produce. There is a collector's edition, $375, and there's a deluxe version that comes with more stuff. Go for the deluxe version. This is going to release very soon. It's going to happen between July and September, so it's almost here. And this is what they call the Origins Collection. This is a deluxe, of course, has the light up features. Some, you know, it kind of has a plastic feel around it, which some people didn't like. It's not fully die cast, but it does have, you know, of course, the deluxe version has this, of course, his computers and all that stuff, his part where he can display. It has more like the classic look. It looks fine. You know, it does even interchangeable. The helmet, the face has the more classic Iron Man helmet, and then the newer. And of course, this part with plastic, I think, is removable. It seems so. So I think it's just a reflection. Looks good if you're kind of more into the comics, because that's technically what they're trying to do, and it looks good. You know, I like it. It comes with a lot of parts. Of course, the classic suit, which I always been a fan of. Looks great. Some of the pictures, some of the different angles. Like, this is the thing about these plastic coverings. I'm not necessarily crazy about it. I don't know what is the idea of having those there. In some instances, I see that is removed. I don't know if it's just to give it like a more, what kind of effect they're trying to accomplish like that. But yeah, I do see that with the chest plates and stuff like that. Let me look at the notes, and maybe that explains why they're doing that, because I really wasn't aware of that. Oh, because of the lights and all that. So it enhances that. It's exquisitely crafted based on Iron Man in Marvel Comics. This highly detailed figure that features a newly crafted helmet head with LED light up function, intricate design of the Iron Man armor and structure, illustrating its mechanical detail. Carefully painted in red and gold coloring with a metallic appearance. Crystal clear armor parts, interchangeable mass and armor parts for different styles of display. Okay. LED light up function is scattered throughout the upper body, arc reactor on chest and palms, multiple pairs of interchangeable hands for iconic poses. The deluxe version includes a signature Iron Man suitcase with articulated function, also an elaborate diorama figure base with LED light up function. Alright, so it's more like the aesthetics, kind of like this plastic covering, more for aesthetic purposes. And also, in some ways, in my opinion, I would say is to hide the fact that it's not fully die-cast. So, it's okay. So, alright, so they did that. They got this War Machine, all of that. They have this part. So, they have this new one. This is kind of like a same version. It's a variation, but this is the steel armor, of course, from the, you know, from the 80s era. And it looks really good. The steel armor from the, you know, the Armor Wars and stuff like that. So, love this one. I like the color. I think this one pops more in my opinion. Hey, some comments. I'll come back to some of your comments, and I'll be with you in a second. I'm sorry, everyone, but here I can see Eddie. Welcome, Eddie. Thank you for stopping by. Also see the Tiger Man. How you doing? Also, we see Pudgy. Thank you, Pudgy. Thank you for coming, my friend. And here you can see, of course, you know, I like the colors here with the stealth version. To be honest with you, my favorite here will be the stealth one, and definitely War Machine looks really good too. So those, I love how he pops, the stealth armor, and the colors enhance more. I feel that they're brighter. They feel better than the in this case the deluxe, the original, the first one in this collection. Oh, I love this picture. This is a great picture for Iron Man right there. That seems like a classic. If I try to think, this comes from some type of, this pose reminds me of some cover. I try to remember which cover. But definitely looks good. And they also, the portrait and the different helmet changes. It looks great. This is a really nice figure. Perhaps my favorite here. So Love the detail on this one. And definitely, there's so much blue, but I think it's perfect with the detail. It looks great. But also, they have this one. The War Machine. $375. I like this one. Definitely reminds me of the 90s War Machine. Definitely, they took that inspiration right there. In the way that all the parts are there. Looks good. It definitely is. They use the same parts in most of the other one, but they changed some of the elements of it. It looks really good. That War Machine looks good. Definitely, we need a War Machine statue. We haven't had one in a while, so it's necessary to have a War Machine statue for sure, and a 1/6 scale. I love the parts. Looks super good. War Machine looks really great on this one. Definitely has that slim design, but also very 90s look. So this is a really nice one in my opinion. I think War Machine is perhaps one of the best here. I think now I'm torn. I think between the Steel Armor and the in this case the War Machine, I think they're both great. And of course the deluxe version, that is another thing. Now another Hot Toys that was released, well technically it was more like a reveal. Let me take you there. We're gonna go to Facebook, and I'm gonna go to what is it that I'm going to? Oh, okay. Hot Toys. There's so much stuff's going on here that I have to remember everything. All right, guys, we go into Hot Toys right here. I think I'm in the wrong thing. Sorry, my friends. We can see it, JP. I'm sorry. I see it now. My apologies. Let me go back. Man, I'm talking. I hate that. Sorry. Let me read the comments first. I don't see any pictures. We can see it, JP. Oh my god. My friends, go back. Let's go back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for going too fast. I didn't get the chance to show you this. All right, so let's go back. All right, so we were looking at War Machine. Did we get a chance to watch the Steel Armor? You watched the Iron Man Steel Armor? Let me know. Or I was so lost on it that I didn't get a chance to do it. Oh, we didn't watch anything. All right. This is the Iron Man Steel Armor. Okay, this is the deluxe version I was showing you. I'm sorry. Let's just rewind this. This is the Iron Man that I was telling you. Let's rewind this. I'm telling you, it's hard, and I'm looking at this screen, but I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying. This is the Iron Man that I'm telling you, the deluxe version. I like it. I think it's a great Iron Man figure. There's a collector's edition, which is a regular version, and then the deluxe version that has a bigger base and has more parts. This is gonna release very, very soon. Here you can see what it comes with it. It has the classic look. Some, you know, it's not fully die cast, but it has some plastic elements. It looks great. I do like it. It comes with two different helmets. The more classic helmet, the more iconic helmet, and the more classic, the original helmet. Not the original, but the one that follow with the little horns. But I love the light up features on this. I think they're fantastic. They have done a fantastic job with these figures, in my opinion. They look really, really good. Oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your donation, for the super chat. Take care, my friend. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. But here you can see this. It looks really good. I like it. I think overall, it's a great design if you're into it. Hopefully, also Hot Toys gets more of these figures, more of classic comics, and because of course we get a lot of MCU stuff, which they're good, they're phenomenal. But also, we'd love to see more of these figures. So this is the base. This is the parts that come with it, and it comes with all these different accessories. Looks fantastic. But I think the one that I perhaps feel that is better, I think that, you know, some people, the three of them together are going to be the best part. Of course, it's the Stealth Armor. And I love the classic 80s look of the Stealth Armor from the Armor Wars. Fantastic. Love this one. Of course, David Michelinie was the writer then. And Bob Layton was doing those amazing covers. And John Romita Jr. was doing the... you know, the interior art. So look at the Steel Armor. Looks really good. And here with the other figures. Love the Steel Armor. it has interchangeable different portraits, which kind of allows and enhance the view of the stealthiness of it. Love this picture. This is a classic picture. I don't know from what cover. It reminds me of a cover, but I don't remember where. I don't remember. I have to kind of tell. I have to go back and look at covers. But here, it looks good. I love the blue. I think the blue enhances this figure a lot. Looks really great here with the other figures. So that is good. Now, the other one that I want to show you, it's what is this one? The next one in this line is the War Machine, and this is classic 90s War Machine in my opinion. Love the look of it, streamlined, looking good. Like I mentioned, we need a statue of War Machine as a 1/6 scale. I think the only 1/6 or close to 1/6 that we had was the what was that, the bow and the sides, which I like it. Bow and sides is amazing, but you know, within the bow and the side scale. Hopefully we get one that is more into the line with the bigger 1/6 that we're getting nowadays, even from Uchiha. Maybe Uchiha can do it. We'll see. But I would love to see a statue. But this figure looks amazing as it is. And definitely has a streamline and look, but also that War Machine look and weapons that you saw in the 90s. So it has that 90s look. It is the origins. And I love this pose right here. This is from the covers of the War Machine for that mini series. That is from there for sure. I can see that already. Looks good. Looks good. That was that. I love that from the 90s. War Machine was one of a good character, a character that a lot of people loved back then. I love the accessories. I think it comes good. Yeah, it fully packaged, and it's a really nice figure for sure. So this is what I want to tell you. Yeah, it is amazing. That War Machine is definitely. I was looking at the stealth armor, and I was thinking the stealth armor is better. I love the color. It pops. But when you look at the War Machine and the accessories, I think the War Machine is perhaps the better one, because all the accessories come straight out of the comics. I think the steel armor, those two are better. I think the original, the deluxe version for the red and yellow, that is cool. That is the classic look. But I love the steel armor, and I definitely love the War Machine here. So now thinking about it, also reminds me of all the Bowen design statues that Bowen did. So many Iron Man. They were always amazing. They're all amazing. You can find them, but you know, definitely we need something more you know, more within the times, you know, for now. So that's what I want to say. But I also want to talk about another thing. Now we're here, I want to come back because there was another reveal this week, and also talking about Buzz Lightyear, which again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm divided in regards to the film because of the stuff that's happening there. But in any case, I think the design is good. There is a new figure, and this figure also that was showcased. It hasn't come out on pre-order. I don't know when it's going on pre-order, but it was a Hot Toys revealed this at their Facebook page and also on the Instagram, and it looks good. I'm telling you, it comes fully, you know, it's a 1/6 scale. It is really good. It comes with all the parts, everything that you need to come with this one. I love the detail. Fantastic figure. And this is another thing with Hot Toys, it kills it, you know, with the stuff they do. There's other statues. It seems like Buzz Lightyear has a lot of statues right now in figures from different companies, from different sizes. I like this one. I think it's good. It's a really nice one. I don't know how much it's going to be. I imagine it's going to be pricey because of Disney license and its Pixar. It's going to be around $400, I bet, or more. But I definitely like the detail. They did a fantastic job with the skull. It had all the different parts. Separate rolling eyeballs. That is cool. And you can see that. That is a nice figure. There's no price yet on this one. It's going up early. They just revealed it this, 21 hours ago, according to the timeline here. The different weapons. The cat. You know, imagine it's part of the film. I saw it on the trailer and everything that comes with it. The only thing that I would say that I would have loved is to have different expressions with the portrait. So you can change the portrait. But knowing Hot Toys, perhaps they're gonna, if this does well, perhaps they're gonna have different variations. Like some people said, not sure. Like I had someone says, not sure if I like the head at all. I think it's not because you don't like the head. It's just because, like some people say, some different expression face plates would have been nice. You know, like that's what he's saying. The same thing I'm saying. Different expressions have made this even better because the removable eyes, it's amazing, but you also want to have different expressions with anger, yelling, screaming, whatever, you know, just to make it look different. So it is what it is, but it is a nice addition. And let's see if we can see if there's any information about the price, which there is none, if I'm not mistaken. But here you can see 1.6 Buzz Lightyear. Of course, there's nothing there yet, so we don't know when that's gonna happen. When it goes, we'll probably talk about it, about the price, if it happens, when it happens. We'll see. Now, moving on, I want to talk about another company, and I'm going to come to, for that reason, to a Big Bad Toy Store, because I want to talk about Beast Kingdom. This is not a sideshow, which is surprising because they also carry Beast Kingdom stuff. But there's another Lightyear figure. It seems like Lightyear is so popular right now, so Beast Kingdom has been doing a lot of figures. This is another figure. This is not as big as that one. This is it's $104. It's smaller. It's on pre-order right now. If I'm not mistaken, this one from Beast Kingdom is going to, according to this, is going to be 8.27 inches. So it's above your standard 112. So it's going to be more within the 110 perhaps scale, or not even, maybe 111, maybe 110. So it looks good. Although one thing they did with this one, I'm not necessarily a fan. Well, they went with the hair a little bit different. The pictures are not the greatest here, but it's a different expression. So now this one, a difference of the other one, comes with different expressions. Like this one, for example, you have the more serious, like that one, or he's for a fight. And then you have this one. But this one, what I like about this one is it has light-up features. I don't know if the Hot Toys come with light-up feature. This one does. Which, to me, that's the reason why I put it on this list. As you can see, it's big. It says that it's around 21 centimeters, so that is big. So it's not gonna be as full as a one, you know, like a 1.6 as a Hot Toys. But it's another option, and it comes with also a lot of accessories. The only difference I would say that this one comes, of course, with that. I'm not necessarily as crazy with the, I would say, with the sculpt on this one on the portrait. I think the portrait on the Hot Toys is better. But, you know, this is another option. And here, like I was telling you, like Lightyear has so many, like they have so many collectibles now, and some all different brands and companies and all that. So interesting, just to kind of give you an idea of how things are unfolding with this company. So just to give you an idea. So all right, let me drink a little more and let me go through the comments, because we still got some more figures that we haven't finished. I want this Slinky Dog or the dinosaur. Yeah. I don't know. I'm telling you, and I was going back to what I was saying earlier, and maybe I'm just getting again into this hole. The thing with Lightyear, the film, about the stuff that they have now, of course, the wokeness that they have, and they're trying to push into everything now, which is really gets on me, because, you know, when you go back and look at the original film, a Toy Story, I remember going to watch Toy Story at the movie theater. Actually, we were with my parents. Well, no, my mother. It was a summer when we went to watch it. I think it was summer. I went to with my mother. I was already like a teenager, but I went to watch it with her. You know, I was. What was the year that came out? I don't remember, because man, you get old, and sometimes you don't even realize. Toy Story. When did Toy Story came out? 1995. Okay, so I was a teenager, but I went to watch it. With, I think, my mother. It was my mother and my brother. We went together. I think it was a summer thing, because there was a movie theater close to my house. It was a few blocks from the house. So sometimes, you know, summer, or I think it was an evening or something, we just went to watch it, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, it's been so many years. That was a movie theater that we used to go watch a lot of movies. Some of the best movies of the growing up in the 80s and 90s, we watched there. So we went there. My sister was little, maybe. And I remember Toy Story. I wasn't expecting much, and Toy Story really, it was a movie that defined a generation and defined the way they you know, Pixar was, and the stuff that they were producing. And they see things that came to life, you know, animated like this on 3D. It was groundbreaking. So of course, over the years, Toy Story, there's been so many. They have milked Toy Story, and even video games have been amazing too. I play a lot of video games over the years. I just feel that, you know, it was clean, it was good, and it's timeless. It doesn't age. You can still watch it. and it doesn't have any, message that are way, their messages are good, but no messages that, they're not trying to bring like anything, trying to for today's day, in the sense that they want to bring all this, culture stuff that, sometimes I feel that goes over the kid's head, like I don't think that that's what you should do with a lot of these children's movies. So some people do, and I respect that. I just feel that like I wish, like, and I want to, part of me wants to watch Lightyear, because I, there's the history. I have watched all the Toy Story movies, and I'm gonna watch it. But I feel that in some ways I feel disappointed with the decisions that they take. I feel that they should kind of let go a little bit. They're going too fast, too soon, and they need to push things. They need to. I believe in inclusiveness, but also I believe in inclusive requires, it means everyone. It doesn't mean just one group of people. So maybe I'm wrong. Again, I just brought it back on, thinking about Lightyear. You Got a Friend in Me song always makes me feel good. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, I know. It's a good song. It's a catchy song. And not only that, to me, I have good memories of that. Also, I remember the Toy Story video game that came out on the PS3. I remember I have a good memories of that particular game, also the 360, because it was Toy Story 3. I remember that game a lot. I remember all the games, of course, the previous generations, all different consoles. But to me, that brings up good memories because it was my daughter that she loved to play that game, and she did build a whole city or whatever, the town. She loved that game to pieces. And she played like crazy. I think she platinumed that thing on the PS3. So I don't know. I just feel that kids love certain things, and of course she's now not a kid anymore. She's now a grown woman. She's 21, 22, 21, 20. She's 20. No, she turned 21. She's gonna be 22. She's already married. She already bought a house and all that stuff. But it brings memories. I think Toy Story is, I can tell all the things they have done. So part of me feels like, okay, like they're doing things to this, changing things, not necessarily in a good way. So we'll see. I'm gonna step down on my soapbox and just keep on, keep on what I'm doing here. All right, guys, let's move on. I have another figure before we get into statues, and I want to come in this case to Are we coming? Oh, Big Bad Toy Store. I want to talk about this company in. Maybe we can find it here because sometimes things disappear here. All right, so I'll put it. Okay, Sen Creations. Sen Creations, this company, particularly Sen Creations, they concentrate on Naruto Shippuden stuff, and they have this new. This is the one that went in pre-order. They have all the pre-orders like this Gaara. I think we talked about Gaara before. I'm not sure if I talked about Gaara before. I think I did, but let's talk about Gaara today. I don't know if I did, but this is Gaara. If you like this one, $229, 1/6 scale figure. So it looks good, in my opinion, with the different hands and expressions. In some ways, I would say the anatomy is not as good, in my opinion. It could have been done better. So it's not necessarily a figure that I would say, oh my god, this is amazing. I think that it's there. I just feel that they use a generic body just to set it up. Oh, although the face is good, the porters and the hands look good, but just the body feels a bit weird, like unproportionate, in my opinion, to the character as I see it on the anime. Looks more like a younger version of him. So that perhaps might be another thing that I will point out on this one. However, I think on this one, on Sasuke Uchiha, I think that's what it's pronounced. I forgot. Well, Sasuke's $229. I think Sasuke's better. Not perfect, but better. And I like what they did with them. It doesn't look bad at all. So this is another disposable anime figure. That's what I call it. So they have the different hands. And you can do different poses, which is good. The weapons, the swords, and they have different expressions too. I think Gaara didn't have that, so it looks good. So You can see the different things and different parts. So if you're into figures, if you're into Naruto and you love 1/6 scale, definitely Sen Creations. It's another option you can look into. Definitely this one has a lot of pictures. And there's a lot of different effects. And I love that. Here you can see with Naruto. I love that. You can do so many different things and post it in so many different ways. So Sen Creations, a company that definitely you need to pay attention. Of course, the Naruto she put in Naruto was sold out, at least here at Big Bad Toy Store. But maybe you can find it in some other place. So that is for Eddie. That's awesome, JP. You're got a friend of me. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too, my friend. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciate the kindness. In any case, now it's time to move into statues. You know, we already look at the figures, which is cool, but I want to look at statues. So for that reason, I want to come to Sideshow. Let's come to Sideshow. Now let's look at the statues. And I want to talk about, first and foremost, let me see here. Let me see if I can find this one. Sideshow, there's a lot of stuff. You know, they have a lot of figures, a lot of different statues from different companies. We're not going to cover all of them. Not all the collectibles. Also a lot of Enesco stuff, which I like Enesco. You know, I used to collect Enesco stuff back in the day. But of course, it's more like figurines, so we're not gonna cover that. But if you're into a lot of the Disney stuff, definitely the figurines are amazing. Also, the Harry Potter stuff, they have that, so that is cool to see. There's a lot of things that we're going to cover here on the statues, and we're going with the scales as always. I want to talk about this one, the Hatsune Miku birthday 2021. This is a figure. It's a 1/7 scale figure, so it's a statue technically. It's a figure they call it, but it's a PVC figure. $285. If you know this, and we have covered this many times throughout the weeks or throughout every Friday, that these figures can be expensive, and there's collectors out there. And I would say Taito does amazing figures, but at the same time, I've never been crazy about the bases. I feel that they're too plastic, and that comes across about all the companies. I think Kotobukiya is the only one on the figures, on the PVC figures, Japanese figures, and anime and manga, which I feel that they try to make those bases better. So in my opinion, I feel that, you know, the thing is there's always going to be consumers out there that are willing to pay the price, but to me, $285 for a figure like this, which, believe me, looks amazing. The detail on that PVC is really good, but I feel, and it looks good. You know, I'm not familiar with this character, but I do like the sculpt. The sculpt and the design is really good, and the base has its moments, you know, with those balloons and stuff. But then you look at the what is technically the base itself, which is, it looks like a cheap plastic. So that's something that they need to kind of work on, because $285, this shouldn't be more than $100, period. And with that base, you know, that to me is good. I love everything else. Look at that PVC and the detail. Everything looks good, but I don't know, $285. I know there is a market out there, because that's the reason why they're so expensive. When you go to all these places, whether it's Sideshow, when you go to a lot of anime stores or another places where they sell these figures, they sell out. People love them. But I feel that that is one thing. My complaint is always going to be like, why is it that they continue making this cheap bases that cheapens everything else? And there's a beautiful skull, as you can see, beautiful detail there. But that base is just cheaply made. It's just a cheap plastic. They need to work on that. But let's not take away from the rest of the figure. I think it looks really good. Love the detail. And I know some people are gonna still buy it, because that's the reason why it's priced so high. Because people buy it. But you know, Taito, you know, continue doing some stuff. Sometimes Taito does some good things. I will tell you, like the stuff that they have here at Sideshow. They have the Ochaku Uraraka. That's what they pronounce it. And Himiko Toga. I like the bases on this too. Those are amazing. And the price is the same as this one. And those are great. Of course, if you're into My Hero Academia. But this one is the only one. Definitely that needs some work on. So that is definitely my complaint about that one. All right. So another thing that here at Sideshow, another great thing. That was revealed this week, and I want to point it out here for those who love figures. Also staying with the PVC stuff here. Let me see if I can find it. Through right there at the bottom. I want to talk about this one, the King Ghidorah. If you are an X Plus fan, X Plus, this company does Godzilla stuff. I've seen some huge Godzilla figures, PVC figures, vinyl figures. Amazing. They're expensive. It's $155. You know, I wouldn't pay that much, but they are collectors. Believe me, not only that, they are groups on Facebook. And there's a bunch of groups. Like I will tell you, you go to, and there's thousands of people who love X Plus. Like, for example, let's say X Plus Collectibles. Look at this one. This is the page. Oh, I don't think this is the one. This is the one. No, this is a different X Plus. So there's another X Plus. So there's another. I don't know which one. I think this is a different company, but this is X Plus Godzilla. I don't even know where this company is located, I imagine. But look at this stuff. X Plus Godzilla. Kaiju Addicts. It's a private group. There's groups. X Plus Kaiju Collectors Club. There is 4,000 follow members on this X Plus Godzilla. There is 5.2 members on this one. Now, Godzilla X Plus Bandai NECA figures, there's 100. So, there's groups with thousands of people that they only want to. That's a movie X Plus. That's not the group we're talking about. That's 31,000 members. But looking at this, like the Godzilla statues, there's a lot of Godzilla statues. So if you come to these groups, you're gonna see that there's tons of people. Let me see if we can see one. I'm not a member of any of those. Privacy. Well, let's see. X Plus Godzilla. Maybe we can see some images of some collectors. I've seen some images of some collectors, and some of these figures are huge, man. I'm telling you, so are huge. Let's see, we can see the pictures and photos. Like this one right here. There's a bunch of them. Like, there's a bunch. Like, there's a market for this, for Godzilla stuff. And I seen it even in some of my groups that I frequent. I see collectors out there collecting their figures, like this one, for example, this guy right here. Look at how many figures he has. Some people love it, like that's the thing. Now, King Ghidorah is the largest that they have so far. This is part of the Toho large kaiju series. Sorry for my Japanese. Japanese is terrible. But here, look at this one. It's a huge figure. I wouldn't pay $615. Like, I think that's too much money for that. But make no mistake, the reason why it's priced that high is because people are willing to pay the price. It has a lot of detail. It is huge in comparison to the Godzilla right there. And people just collect these things. It's super popular in Japan, and it's popular in a lot of parts in Asia. A lot of collectors out there. I have a couple of friends that they collect. It's made out of ABS and PVC. The height is 15.35 inches. That's the height. The width is 25.98 inches. So the width is big because of the span of the wings. So that tells you a lot. But here you can see, when you look at X Plus figures, I'm telling you, the figures they have, of course, they got the Ronin, the classic 1956, and of course you got the Godzilla from Godzilla versus Kong, that's 175. So they have different, depending on the scale and the size, you got different kinds, different ones. But look at these figures, and they're not small. They got Kong from Godzilla versus Kong. Man, these are huge. They have some that are really, really huge, and they seem to do well. So 600, that's too much dough for me for a Ghidorah vinyl figure. But as long as there is a market, people are going to buy it, because there is always a market. So it is what it is. Let's read some of the comments. What is this right there? I want this Slinky Dog. You got a friend of me. It said, that's awesome, JP. God bless you. God bless you and your family. Oh, God bless you. Godless. Okay, I see that. Yeah, Godzilla has a wicked fan base. They do have a fan base. Like, I'm surprised, because I was looking at X Plus stuff. I was like, that's expensive. So I started going to the groups, and even in the groups that I'm frequent, there's fans, and I'm looking at some of those groups just for those statues or vinyl figures, and there's like thousands of followers. People love that. That's amazing. And that's the reason why they're priced high, because there's demand. The characters are awesome, so I don't blame them. I don't blame you. I love Godzilla. I love a good Godzilla movie. I just don't have the space for those vinyl. But there's always something in this industry for someone And that is another great thing about collectibles, is that there's always something for someone. And that is always amazing. There's amazing that there is a company, there are companies catering to a niche group or a particular group, particular license. You know, there's plenty out there. So that is always good. All right, let's go back to Sideshow, because I want to look at another figure. Well, actually, I'm not gonna go to Sideshow. I'm gonna go to First for Figures. They have it here at Sideshow as well, but I want to come to First for Figures. I want to come to First for Figures because this company, they release a new Okamiden figure or statue, and there's two different versions. The Sideshow has the regular version, but if you want the one with the light up feature, which is only exclusive to First for Figures, you have to come to First for Figures. Okamiden Chibiterasu PVC exclusive edition. Again, the exclusive edition has the light up feature. You have the early bird pre-order, which I think is you get a discount. Yes, $125.99, so you get a discount. You're pretty much order within the next 17 days. So the $124.99 is PVC. It's not a huge piece. Let's see, we can see the detail or the dimensions here. It's made out of PVC, as we know. I'm not see. Oh yeah, the width is 8 inches, the depth is 7 inches, and the height is 9.5 inches. So it's not really that big, but it looks good. You know, like if you want something small for display, technically within the 10 inches high. That is pretty cool. I love the tree right there. And definitely Chibiterasu right there. Okamiden looks really cool. And the light up feature that enhances the view. If you go to Sideshow, you're only going to get the regular without the light up feature. So that's the reason why if you want this, you have to come here. Also, you get the certificate of authenticity and all that. The number and all that kind of stuff that you get. So that gives you an idea. These 2 cans of soda kind of gives you an idea how high it is. It's not really that tall. Look at this display right here. I love what they did here. Around. That is pretty cool. That is a nice diorama set. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this gives you an idea also. Again, I'm doing the same stupid thing again. I just noticed that. Isn't being shared again. I'm telling you, man. I'm fatal. You know, I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired today. All right, my friends. And I just noticed that. All right. Coming to... Let's start again. Okamiden right there. Again, it's 17 days to order this. $124.99. If you order this from First for Figures, you the exclusive version has the light up feature. If you order through Sideshow or any other place, it comes with the regular one without the light up feature. Of course, you know, sometimes they can even end up at GameStop and they might end up being cheaper because of it. But light up features I like, and this is really, really cool. And it's close to 10 inches tall. Chibiterasu right there. I love the detail. The tree looks really good. And I like the detail. The sculpt is really nice. If you're a big fan of this character of the video game, the Okamiden, here you can see the height compared to these 2 cans. I like it, and I love what they did with this in the background, or they did this display, which tells you one thing that reminds us that, like in any display, is how you arrange your display. Because this gives you an idea. If you want, you can buy a $124 statue of this guy and build this thing around it, and it looks amazing with the light up feature. You have a nice display. You don't need a fancy $1,000 statue if you have, you know, if you're actually very good at just building stuff. Look at that. You can build this little display and you have something that gives you an idea. That to me is like, sometimes, you know, there's so much that people, they think that the more they spend on something, it's gonna be better, and it's not true. You can have very expensive statues and they all look terrible because you don't display them properly. Or you can build some type of theme-based thing around your statues, even from the most cheapest statues, because this is $100 and some, and you have something that it looks really nice. I like that. You know, it looks so neat what they did here. This is a nice touch to the display. Somebody had to put it together. It looks good. It looks good in my opinion. So I give him kudos for that. You know, I give him kudos for that. So looking at this, all right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Okami is it's a really nice. I never really finished Okami, but I love the art and the detail, and that little statue, PVC statue, it looks good. I like it. I think it's really nice. They did a fantastic job. First for figures, always kill it with this little figures that they produce. I love what they do for sure. All right, my friends, we coming to Sideshow. Let's go to Sideshow, back to Sideshow, because I want to show you another company that it's a very interesting company. They're based in the UK, and now of course they're making their way to Sideshow. So we're seeing it at Sideshow, and they produce stuff that is, I would say, on the cheap side. But make no mistake, this company is gonna grow, and this is Numskull. Numskull Collectibles. Numskull produce a lot of different figures, very cool stuff, particularly in the gaming stuff. But also they have this Back to the Future, Ghostbuster, all these different things. There are new stuff that they're producing. This company again is based in the UK. They particularly concentrate on anything that has to do with gaming collectibles. But what I want to point out today is these figures. These are figurines, but they're not small figurines. They're made out of PVC. They got these figurines right here, which are within scale-wise, I would say within almost to 1/6, you know, because this one is 10 inches tall. So it's within the 1/6 or the 1/11 or one. Don't even. They're big. They're probably a little less than, you know, they're technically within the Bowen designs, if you can say it like that. So it's like a 1/7 or something like that. But it's official KD 6. Of course, this is based on the Destiny 2 or Destiny, and $69.99. These are not their figurines. It's 11.6 inches, almost 12 inches tall, almost close to 1/6 scale. 1/6 scale. Perhaps you can even combine it with 1/6. It looks really good, and I think the price is fair. Of course, it's PVC, so we don't know yet the quality how it's going to be in the end with this new company. But they have produced stuff, and they sell stuff in the UK. But these are technically they're kind of like the statues that they're producing now, and to me it's interesting. You know, there's always, like I said, like I always say, there's always something for everyone. There's always a market, and as long as companies produce this type of stuff, they you know, people are going to be buying this stuff. You know, like as long as there's something to have, something that is collectible, something that is beautiful, you know, there's all sort of collectors in the world. You know, people that they want something to enhance their rooms and collectors rooms or man caves or special places at their home or their office or whatever. So, you know, these are options. You know, it's good to have options. You don't have to spend $1,000 on a statue or $2,000, $3,000, $6,000 to have something that reminds you of something that you're passionate about. And I feel that Numskull is a company that is kind of enhancing that with this little figure. Like you can see right next to a computer or TV, you have something, the drifter right here, just to kind of showcase that. Again, it's PVC stuff. It's a replica statue. It's 10 inches tall. It's not big. Quality is not going to be comparable to you know, Prime1 Studio, but it's something to have. And believe me, under the right light, under the right place, nobody really cares. You know, like, you know, you may care, but most people don't care. It can make your room look better, you know, just by having something like that for $70, which I think is a fantastic price. And also, I think this one is perhaps my favorite. Lord Shaxx right there. 110 because it's bigger. This is above the 12 inches because of the character. I like this one. Definitely does have a weapon, which is sad. Or interchangeable parts, which would be nice if they had interchangeable parts. But it's cool. Again, PVC vinyl, but well done. You know, it's not perfect. It's not like it's gonna blow your mind, but for the price, I think it's just good. And at a distance here, you can see right next to this. So for the price, you get something good. You know, something that you can decorate your room, your office, your space, you know, and it's going to look good. So that is good. But also, I want to show you with Numskull, there's another figure that they just released on pre-order, the official Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary. If you don't want to have to pay for the one that is by First for Figures, which is more expensive, then you have the one that is the cheaper version, the $79.99, $80, which is not really that big. This is a very small figurine made out of PVC. Let me show you. This is going to release between July and September. But according to this dimensions, is 9 inches tall, so it's not that big. But looks good. Good for what it is. and definitely you can see right there. This is good. So again, an option for those who are looking for something that doesn't break the bank but enhances the look of their collection room. So kudos to them for that. His mask helmet looks cool. Yeah, they look really, really cool. That's what I like, you know. I don't know. I like them. They're pretty cool. So we definitely need to pay attention to what they have, this company has to offer. Now, I want to go also to, now that we're doing this here at SciShow, I also want to go to, actually, I'm going to get out of here. We're going to go to Dark Horse Direct because I think they don't have it here yet. So we're going to Dark Horse Direct. This is, of course, the store of Dark Horse Comics. And they do also have their own stuff. They release some new statues, collectibles. They also have collectibles from all different prices. Action figures always look amazing. But they release, and they're on pre-order now, 2 new different statues, or let's see, we can see them here. Products. Sometimes another thing that I will tell you with just announced right there. This is the new stuff that was just announced. Here you can see they also have Legend of Korra because they have that license with the comics. They also, of course, in some ways they have this direct partnership with, you know, like in this case with First for Figures as well. So that's the reason you see all the First for Figures statues here as well. Although what they sell here is not they don't sell, because it's distributed for them. They don't sell the exclusive so that you find at the website, but you find the regular ones. But they do have this stuff for they have this stuff for CD Projekt Red, so they have this stuff for Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3. So these are really good. You know, for the most part, Dark Horse Direct has been doing the small figures, you know, the figurines, but now they're going into the more, also sometimes they do the statues, the more complicated, more, you know, they have more different art. So now they release some of the things. First, I'm going to talk about the Cyberpunk 2077 Johnny and Alt. This is interesting. There's a payment plan if you come to the website. I'm sure this is gonna appear also in other places like SciShow, or you can find it at Big Bad Toy Store and any other places. It's gonna Entertainment Earth. You're gonna find them there. But this is gonna be the height for this is 14.6 inches. So we're looking technically within the 1/6 scale here, because of the base, of course, is like that. But here you can see the different pictures of this. Let's see if we can point it out. Look at this one. Of course, you see Keanu Reeves right there. It's very interesting. I can see now the weapon. Very interesting display. I have Cyberpunk 2077, and I started it, but I haven't finished it or anything. I need to kind of get to it. But like many other games that I have on my list, I haven't finished. I love the art, the choice that they have here. The sculpt is really, really good. This is definitely good. One thing that I would say with Dark Horse Direct, that sometimes the paint job might be iffy. It's a hit or miss. Although in most recent jobs that they have done so far, and the most recent statues they have released, the paint job has been really good and it's smooth, and I haven't heard many complaints. So hopefully this is gonna be the same thing. Now with the likeness with Keanu Reeves, of course, it's not 100%, but you can see the character there. It looks really good. It's pricey, but I think the art is good and the concept is good. You know, it's a big 1/6 because of that base. And of course, you have 2 characters right there. So there's a lot of detail in it. The paint job, all of that stuff, that adds up to the price tag in the end. So looks good. So this was, of course, released. And according to this, I don't know when it's going to release. It doesn't really say it right there. Oh, right. It's expected to ship between December of this year and February of next year. So, of course, that's always subject to change. Now, another one which really surprised me is this Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt, Geralt, Ronin, and also Jennifer the Kunoichi figure. So this has like the more of a Japanese samurai team, and here you have Geralt, and this is $280. This one, the scale of this one is 12 inches, so within the 1/7, 1/6 scale. That is really cool. I love the detail. Of course, this is not necessarily something that I would consider, but if you really love this, the concept here looks amazing. It's really cool. A really nice statue, and I love the base. I think this is better than any of the figurines that they have produced so far. The figurines have been simpler, but this is a very cool concept, very unique. Love that, and definitely Geralt looks good as a samurai for sure. So that is a really nice one as well. Again, $280, I think is a fair price. Going to release between September and November. Made out of poly resin. And here, of course, the credits, I didn't mention this on the other one, is Paweł Mielniczak. I think the art director. Jan Marek, the concept design. Marek Madesh is the concept design. Marco Plafe. And I think all of these guys sounds to me that they're Polish. So perhaps there's the team that works actually with CD Red, the Project Red in Poland. So that is cool that they have that one. Now they're also producing this one, which $280, which I don't understand why this one is more expensive. $100 more expensive. It seems to be technically the same, but make no mistake, this one with Jennifer looks amazing too. Like, love the detail on this one. Kind of like what we've seen with XM Studios with the Batman Samurai series. Now they're doing the same thing, but with The Witcher. And to be honest with you, it kind of fits, and it fits really, really well. And look at that one. Love the detail. Definitely this has more intricate detail with the cat, the base. Looks really good. They did a fantastic job with this one. It's a nice mix of things. So to me, that looks really, really awesome. And I'm looking at that. I don't know what you think, but man, Jennifer looks good. Looks really great. This is a nice piece. Definitely right now available there. I don't think that there's an exclusive variant of anything. I'm sure and imagine that they'll end up at Sideshow at some point in some other place. But for the time being, you can come here, and also you can choose the payment plan, which I think always helps. It's a great thing. So what do you think about this one? Definitely it's an interesting concept. I really like what they're trying to do here. It looks really good, and that payment plan I think really, really helps. So that is good. All right, guys. So I want to jump on another one, and then I'm going to take a quick break. And then I'm going to come strong with another 1/6 scale and all that stuff. We're gonna continue on talking about everything else that we have, because there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna cover still. It's 9:41 here, and we still got some way to go, but we really accomplished a lot so far. So I want to talk about another company, and for that I want to come actually to Facebook. I want to talk about Kami Arts. Kami Arts, this is not available yet at any other place. I don't see it at Spec Fiction at all. But Kami Arts, this company also doing amazing stuff. They released this statue, and you can order this company based in France. And Kami Arts released this Naruto statue that, in my opinion, looks amazing. Now, we're going to show you the detail here. It says, Kami Arts is proud to present its first project of the Naruto license. This is the first statue. It's a 1/6 scale statue with no less than 5 characters. The Team 7 of Konoha. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are 3 young genin, the lowest ninja rank, fresh out of the Ninja Academy. They are placed in the same team in order to complete each other. Naruto, Jinchuriki, and Kyuubi, the day he was born, is the worst student of his class. Oh, Jinchuriki of Kyuubi. But surely the future will show it to us the one with the biggest potential. So, of course, we know that. The story of the other characters. Here on the bottom it says the scale is a 1/6. Dimensions is 46 centimeters in height, 37 centimeters in width, and 37 centimeters in depth. It's made out of resin. It also has some polyurethane. And it's going to be 999 pieces worldwide. Payment in several installments set up. So you can choose a payment plan. So now let's look at the pictures. This looks really good. And you have to, here, if you come to Kami Arts, you come to the website. We're going to go there in a second, but I want to show you the pictures here. It's a really interesting diorama. It does have the detail. Of course, it has the classic Naruto. Not the Naruto she put in, but the original Naruto. Because this is the beginning, technically, of the career of the characters when they're young. So they're still children. It looks good. I love the detail with Kami. And Kami, of course, also Kami has done stuff, amazing stuff. We have seen some of this stuff at Sideshow and Spec Fiction, but it's not there yet. It looks good if you're really into that. Love the display. It's a very simpler base on the detail, but it's well done, and the paint job looks really, really good. So there's not many pictures. I think these pictures are here, but if we come to their website, to the official website, I don't know if the license is only for in this case. There's two different. They got the English and the French version. Let's choose the English one. Here you can see the squad. Of course, it's definitely 1,000 euros, so it's like expensive, of course. But you're looking at 5 different characters, including that dog. So it's limited edition. Discovered limited edition for 999 pieces. That's a lot of limited edition. But here you can see, be aware the estimated delivery is this, in the name suggests, an estimate. We make every effort to deliver on time, but delays can occur. That's always good to know. Always keep that in mind. And here you can see other things that they have produced in the past, related products. So this company definitely does a lot of different things. You know, they have done amazing stuff. So it looks good in my opinion. If you're into it, come to the website. I think it's gonna be plenty to go around at that edition size level, but it's still expensive. So I don't think the necessity for to pre-order. Although you'll be surprised that in Europe they love this anime stuff and they sell really quick, because these companies have proven, you know, not only them but Sumiar have proven that they have the fan base, and they can sell the stuff and it sells. So they look very good. Yeah, Edwin, I love Naruto too. I want to say I'm a biggest fan, but I love Naruto. So I think they did a fantastic job with this one. Really looking forward for more stuff from for those. I have talked about Kami before, but to give you an idea what Kami produces, you know, they have Naruto, Call of Duty, Kingdom, Resident Evil, Far. So they have all sort of things. This company is growing and expanding, and definitely they have a lot of potential. So we'll see how what Kami Arts does in the days to come. So all right, my friends, right, let me take a quick break. I gotta use the restroom and I'll be back. Be back and we will cover the rest of the night. We gotta go. We still got Tweeterhead. We coming back. When I come back from the break, Tweeterhead is going to be the company we're gonna cover. I want to talk about Megahouse. We're gonna talk about Piji Studio. I want to talk about Jamie Tyndall and the Merc Publishing. We're going to talk about Prime1 Studio. And we're going to talk about PCS Collectibles, Gentle Giant, Queen Studios. And finally, we're going to talk about Hollywood Collectibles Group. So, yeah, we still have... The night is fresh. So, we'll come back. And we'll see how things go. So, I'll see you in a moment.
I'm sorry that I didn't hit you back when you call my line. Or did you even need to talk? Or you wasting time declining all your FaceTime calls? Cause you're not my vibe, but God just let me go to sleep. Someone get high with me. Yeah, cause I'm running away. I'm looking for space. Looking for space. I'm healing from all of the pain. I'm running away. Cause I feel lost right now, and it's hard to breathe. And I've lost myself. What happened to me? Stop texting every second, I just wanna disappear. Like a fly up in my ear, you don't ever wanna stop. Yeah, you have me kicking rocks, just leave me alone for once. Just leave me alone, I'm running away. I'm looking for space. I'm healing from all of the pain. I'm running away. Cause I feel lost right now, and it's hard to breathe. And I've lost myself.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I just actually went to the kitchen and I grabbed something quick to kind of munch, because I needed to eat something quickly. But everybody, thank you everybody for tuning in, being here with me. We still got a lot to go. Let me read some of the comments here. Here, okay. I had to take the dog for a while. I thought we were done. No. Good, you know. No, like it is raining outside here too, so I just had to go. I had to use the restroom quickly, but also I went downstairs and grabbed like a yogurt because I needed, for my stomach. It burns a lot, so it's like still trying to take care of myself, trying to eat healthy and all that stuff, and exercising and walking and doing all that stuff. There's a process that you have to go through with your body. So I needed to do something. I cannot be sitting down because at work I have to be sitting down a lot, throughout the day. Coming home, I have to sit down. It takes a toll, and I need to be more active. So I try to move my legs and not just to be like, because if not, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm in pain when that happens. But in any case, yeah, this is. I think we're only halfway. Yeah, we only halfway, man. I'm telling you, like it's been a busy night, but it's just this week was so busy. Like I was like, man, and like I was thinking, like hopefully companies will slow down because it's like getting releases. Of course, we are getting close to San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con is happening in July. So the closer you get to San Diego Comic-Con, companies are gonna be dumping more stuff for the event. And of course, then San Diego Comic-Con, and then you get so many reveals. So it gets busy. Companies get busy in the summer because they have to release all the stuff that is coming at the end of the year and beginning of next year. So it's just part of that, I suppose, of the schedule that they follow. So it's just amazing. But in any case, we're here. Everyone, thank you for still being here. The ones that are watching, if you're coming here for this time, do not forget to like to leave a like, to leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Share with your friends, share, you can actually come into the comments and leave a comment, whatever you want to do. I'm here to chat. So let's get into one of the big companies now. One of the companies that I was so happy that they finally are able to produce something, because I gotta be honest with you, something that I was anticipating highly this year, which is Masters of the Universe, and that is Tweeterhead. I think Tweeterhead, I love what they do as a company. They are doing amazing work always, as a company. I love this stuff. I have a lot of stuff on pre-order with Tweeterhead right now, waiting for all this stuff to come. And when it comes, we'll get a chance to review it. Hey, Knight, how you doing? Welcome. So for that reason, we are going to come to SciShow, so we can talk about Tweeterhead. In this case, we're coming here, and we're going to talk about He-Man and Battle Cat Classic Deluxe. Again, one of my most anticipated pieces of this year. Price, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not disappointed. I'm not happy either. You know, I'm like, I understand. I was afraid that it would be more expensive than what it is. I was thinking, man, it's gonna be like $1,500, $1,200, $1,300 based on other things of the same scale, even from Sideshow too. But $1,000, I understand. I would have been happier if it was like $800. I would be happier if that was the case. $900 the most, but $1,000 I can live with. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm going to pre-order. I don't know when exactly. I'm gonna pre-order it because that's what I want. But it's going to be steep. You know, I'm gonna have to use the payment plan, something like that, you know, or figure something else, or maybe sell something or whatever. But I really want it. And the only thing that I'm surprised is that I was what it makes things easier is that there's no edition size. They haven't said if it's going to be an edition size, which I'm okay. It seems to me that they leave it open because they call it, oh, this is the exclusive limited edition. So I'm guessing there's gonna be a regular edition. But they normally, when they put something on pre-order, normally they have the regular and they have the exclusive at the same time. This time they just left it as an exclusive limited edition. So this is the all-inclusive version. So I'm guessing they're going to have another version at some point. But I'm going for the exclusive version because it has everything, but it doesn't tell us how many they're going to release. So that gives me hope that they're going to have a really large edition size. So at the same time, I feel like if you have a large edition size, then definitely you can reduce the price. Why is it that they still stay at $1,000? So, but you know, I'm not here to debate the things about the pricing because they do what they do. Twitter has been fair with the price, and they've been slowly increasing the price, but at the same time, they're matching whatever everything else is out there. But in my opinion, this is going to be the piece. If it comes out as you have seen it so far, this is going to be the most important piece in this collection. This is going to be the centerpiece. This is going to be the grail on the whole collection and the best star. So in my opinion, you need to go because, of course, He-Man is the most important character in the Masters of the Universe. And with Battle Cat, it looks amazing. We have seen some of the images, of course, of the different cons that they've been. They have it there. We're gonna have it. We are gonna see it in person also. Sideshow. What is that? San Diego Comic Con. So I think it's a beautiful piece. It's gonna release in April and June of next year. So it's gonna be more than a year until this releases. But looking at the detail, let me look at the pictures here. Of course, we have seen this one before. And before we get into the pictures, I'm sorry if we get into the picture. I want to kind of give honor to the people that are involved in the process because they are the ones behind the whole thing. We have in the art department, the people that are working here, Guillermo Barbiero, my good friend Memo, who actually his birthday was this week, and I congratulate him. He's one of the best sculptors, in my opinion, from Argentina. A phenomenal artist, a very humble person, a person that you can talk to. I was talking to him on Facebook, I think in Messenger, congratulating him for his birthday, and we were talking about a lot of things. He's phenomenal. I love his work. And Ariel Mora Remes is the sculptor as well. He does some part. They work together in some things here. David Igo, the amazing David Igo. He's a designer. He's killing it. He's killing it with his design. He definitely, since he took the realms as the art director for Tweeterhead, I think Tweeterhead went from here to here, and I love what they're doing. Liz Maggie is the painter, and Scott Silner also the painter. So these are the pretty much the dream team here doing an amazing work. Now let's look at the pictures. This is phenomenal. And here you have we're gonna go to the comments in a moment with you, and I'm gonna look at the comments. But in any case, I love the detail. Of course, we have the one that was by Pop Culture Shock, which I think is phenomenal. I think it's amazing as a quarter scale. I always wanted that piece. When it came out, I wanted it. I wanted it so bad, but I was not collecting quarter scale. So I said, like, I don't have the space for it. So I was sad. And I remember even at Statue Forum, I went and said, hey, I would love for this to be 1/6 at some point. I will tell you one thing. I think this sculpt is superior to that one. First, because, you know, He-Man is on top of Battle Cat. So he's riding Battle Cat, which is a classic depiction of the character. And I do have other Battle Cats. You know, I have from the Master of the Toy lines. I have different figures. I have a lot of Battle Cats figures. And a lot of He-Mans on the Battle Cats. I love He-Man. You know, I love He-Man on Battle Cat. And to me, this is the better version. And you never know. They might at some point, even if this does well, they might decide to go big and bring the quarter scale version of this, which will be extremely expensive because of the scale. But as a 1/6, it's just perfect. I love the detail. Battle Cat looks amazing. He-Man looks amazing in that pose. Love the classic. They respect the source material. Definitely, you can see the art of Barbiero here because he does the musculature that he does, a very defined, bulky, which I love the way he does things. Battle Cat looks amazing. Look at that. He is dead. They're ready for a fight. It comes with all the different parts. Love that. It is a beautiful piece. I don't know how this is gonna extend well. Hopefully, there's no leaning because pretty much everything is held by him doing this in this pose, so gravity is there. But man, the paint job definitely. Battle Cat looks like Battle Cat. Too bad that I don't have the toy with me from the the Origins. Not the Origins. I have the Origins as well, but also the Battle Cat from the Matty Collector version from years ago, which I love that they chose the same paint application for Battle Cat on the armor and everything. It looks good. I can see it here. I should have it here, but I have it in a box. I have it in the boxes. So, some of them are in storage. So I should have it here so I can show it to you because I love this. I love that. Of course, the chest plate can also be replaced with the new H, which is the more modern thing that they're doing now. I still love the cross. I don't get offended with crosses. So, to me, it looks amazing. And with the sword, every angle, this is gonna be huge, man. But I'm telling you, where am I gonna display it? I don't know. It's gonna take a lot of display space, but I'm willing to have it anywhere because I'm a big Master of the Universe fan. Love that. A little fussy, the picture here. Too bad it doesn't have like different portraits or anything like that. But it's still good. Here you can see the two chest plates. You have the H, which is the more modern, and the classic cross. They both look good, but I prefer the cross. And of course the sword. Love the detail here. And another look at this one. Definitely they went with the toy figure. Everything is pretty much out of the classic art. Look at that. Great detail. That's a nice base, man. And this is just the beginning of this collection. How this 1/6 scale collection is gonna pan out, I don't know, man. But I imagine that they're gonna have maybe a Skeletor also on his right, or his, what was that? I forgot, what was the name of, I forgot his Battle Cat, which is a panther. I forgot the name of it. Remind me. But also you get in the exclusive, you have the Battle Axe, which I love that it comes with a Battle Axe, which I knew that it would come. I had the idea that it would be the exclusive. Now, other things that they do is that you can have the wielding sword, of course. You can have the wielding Battle Axe, or you can have the sheathted sword so you can have the sheatheded sword in his back at the same time he is having the axe. So it depends. So there's really 3 options right there. They were saying that there were 6 options. I only see 3. But in any case, this is an amazing piece. Even Guillermo was asking me if I was going to San Diego Comic-Con because he doesn't know yet, but he might go to San Diego Comic-Con. I would love to see him there, but I'm not going to San Diego Comic-Con. Hopefully next year. Of course, as many of you know, I started a new job, and I'm going on vacation next week with my wife. We're going to Michigan. So it's not like I'm gonna have time to do any of that. But man, it's really, really cool. I think they did a fantastic job with this piece. The price, that's the point of contention, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not necessarily happy. I'm not saying like I'm not angry. Maybe a little bit disappointed, but not necessarily like to say, wow, they killed it. Because, there are other statues out there, so 1/6 that are more expensive than this, a lot more. So I think because of the scale, the size, the dimensions, it's huge. So I can understand why they went with this, and definitely it's going to be super heavy. Even on the shipping is going to cost a little more because of it. Because the height is, again, it's 23.25 inches. It's tall. It's more than half a meter tall. The width is 16.75. The depth is 25. So it's big. All around, dimension-wise, it's a big piece. It's a 1/6, and it's amazing. It looks amazing for sure. So I'm happy with this one. I'm excited that it's already finally out. Not so excited that I now have to figure out how I'm going to pay for it, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, let me read some of the comments here. It says, Agent I got the pop culture. All right, hold on. Let me go up a little bit. Surprised by the price. I don't know. 1G is pretty deep, JP. It is pretty deep. I'm not denying it. It is pretty deep. But based on all the things that we have seen, other pieces, like for example, the cameo arts that we saw, that this is it's 1,000 euros, which is a lot more in American dollars, 1,100 to almost $200. There's other pieces that we have seen 1.6. Prime1 has done 1.6, and those are like $1,200-$1,500. So I think it's comparable to some other things, and even XM Studio produces some statues that are almost at $1,000. You know, like, so it's sad to see that's the way it is. But it is an amazing piece. Dimension-wise, it's a huge 1.6. It is bigger than some quarter scale because of the dimensions. Battle Cat is big, and that adds to it. For this figure, I should be in around $100. Yeah, $800 is what I wanted. That's what I was hoping for. I think if the world wasn't as crazy as it is right now, if we were in a better situation right now with the, with the wars, with the price in gas, everything that is happening that is crazy with COVID, if it was out of COVID, definitely it would be $100 easily. But now with COVID, they're working on it. They trying to work with the materials and the cost of it. That's the most expensive thing. I got the pop culture He-Man Battle Cat, which I think is better and bigger, but this is cool, and wondering if I should get this too. What do you think? Oh, that's a good question. I like the pop culture. Like I said, I wanted, when it came out, I wanted it to be 1.6, but because dimension wise, I wanted it so bad, but they didn't do it. I think this is the good thing about this one. This is what you need to keep in mind. That one is the only one they have. Of course, you can have that quarter scale, but there's not the quarter scale right now, because what is it that right now Tweeterhead is doing? They doing with the Master of the Universe. Everything is 1/5, so it's kind of like a standalone piece. If you want the quarter scale, go. Pop culture is a beautiful standalone piece, but this is the beginning of a new line, and knowing Tweeterhead, they're gonna grow and bring these lines. There's gonna be more pieces to go alongside it. So, in my opinion, there's more excitement to the 1.6. I love the 1.6. I love Guillermo Barbiero's art. I love that He-Man is on top of Battle Cat. And looking forward to. I'm really expecting for more. What is it that else are we gonna come? I don't want everything to be in a with an animal or some type of vehicle. I want also characters to be more, to go cheaper in some of the characters. So we'll see. Definitely there's a lot of potential, and they're respecting their source material, which I like. That they're going with the toy line, they're going with the Funimation stuff, kind of like the hybrid, primarily concentrated on the classic art, the classic box art and all that, which I like. Good evening, Brian. How you doing? Welcome. Night classic He-Man in Battle Cat, perfect centerpiece. I think so. I think that is what the great thing about that figure is. A classic. Even if you don't want to have more pieces in the collection, it is a classic depiction of He-Man. And to be honest with you, I'm the type of collector that I don't have to have it all, but I want to have at least the most important character of a franchise, or certain characters within the franchise, and and to me that makes it complete. I'm not a completionist. In some ways, I'm not. And He-Man and Battle Cat is, to me, the ultimate representation of Masters of the Universe. So I think this is amazing. So good evening, all of you. But yeah, my friends, it is amazing. I'm not denying it. It's expensive. I'm not saying that it's not, and they're concerned, because now I'm thinking, how am I supposed? Because I have pre-orders, and I'm still paying them some pre-orders. So now adding another pre-order and a more expensive pre-order, I'm like, can I do it? That's the part. And I don't want to be in debt, so it's something that I have to consider. But there's other statues that are coming this year too that I want to, like particularly from Kotobukiya, and some other statues that I've been looking forward to. But I was looking forward to this one, so we'll manage. We'll get it in some way or the other. We'll figure something out, and I will have it here because it's amazing, and I'm really in awe of this piece for sure. All right, my friends, let's move on so we don't get stuck here. I want to move on to going back to Sideshow. I want to go back to Sideshow because I want to look at a Megahouse. So here at Sideshow, waiting for this to kick in. All right, so let's go. Let's see what's new at Sideshow right here. And I want to look at this piece. This is something that actually early this week was announced. And it really caught my attention because I know there's a lot of fans out there that love Ultraman. I would say I'm not the biggest Ultraman fan, but this character, this is a vinyl, technically close to between the 1/5 to, of course, Ultraman is a huge robot, huge character. But with this, figures in scale-wise, dimension-wise, you're looking at between 1/5 to 1/4 scale, because the height is 15.75 centimeters, so it could be like between a little over 1/6. So it's always a 1/5. And there's many of these versions. Like I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of videos, reviews in YouTube, a lot of different versions of Ultraman from this line, from Megahouse, and people love them. These are made out of, I think they're made out of PVC or vinyl, but I think they look great. This one comes with light-up features. I think they chose this based on the most recent film. So it looks good. Of course, this is not for everyone. This is more on the cheap side. But it looks good if you're a really Ultraman fan. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. I like the base. It has the light-up feature, the control right there. It has the plaque of Ultraman. It's a very simple thing. This, I show you, daily when you look at it with dimension-wise, it's definitely within the quarter scale dimensions. It's big. And it's not complicated piece. It's a simple piece, but looks good. And I'm gonna show you other things because they have different versions. Megahouse has done a few, but when you look at this Ultraman, of course, Megahouse does all sort of things, and we have talked about a few of these figures. But here you got some of the stuff that they're releasing. A lot of different figures, more than anything, but I don't see a lot of it. But here you see the other ones. These are also within the same line. They have this Ultimate Article Ultraman Taiga Multi-Type. This is $525. And dimension-wise is the same. Here you can see the pictures. So there's a collection. I've seen a few of them, like a lot of Japanese collectors. I've seen some videos on YouTube, and people love this one. They all come in different poses. This one comes in a different pose, I think. But so it had interchangeable arms. But I've seen some collectors lining them up. The same as there are fans out there that love as we were talking about, the X Plus Godzilla stuff. There's people that love Ultraman figures and statues. So this is really cool. It's not kinda, it's cool. And there's this Riger. But this is another one. Again, that light-up features and the different poses with the hands. Really look cool, man. They look really cool. And if you're a fan, these are really nice display pieces for Ultraman fans. That looks amazing in my opinion. That looks really good, and love the light-up features that they use. And of course, again, on the bases where you have the control for it. So that is really cool. So all right, guys, I want to move on, and I want to move on to a company, and for that reason I want to go to Spec Fiction, and I want to talk about Piji Studio. Now, Spec Fiction this week, they have that many releases. For some reason or other, there are weeks that they happen like that, and some weeks they have a lot of stuff. But we're gonna talk about this piece right there by Piji Studio. This is a quarter scale statue. This is Amur Fort Series. Amur is an elf by Daiho Cha. It's a quarter scale statue, so this is not necessarily based on anything. I think it's just more like an artist that designed this. This is one of those mixed media pieces because it's made out of resin. It has polyurethane, polystone, PVC, so it has all these different elements all combined. But this elf, it's really a sexy piece. What is the price again? It's $619. $619. It looks really cool. Of course, it has all the curves, and PG does amazing stuff like this. I really love the detail that they are adding. I don't know if this is based on a game or in some type of manga or even some novel. But what I like about the detail of this piece is how huge it is. As you can see, if somebody knows, let me know, because I really don't know much about it. So I'm depending on you on this one, and you know for sure. But this is a very intriguing piece. I love that how they do this base, kind of like the crystal of the glass top base, so you can see the interior of that, which is very classic. The Definitely she has the curves, and if it's PG, perhaps also there's are kind of like squishable, you know, the breast, you know, it's kind of like a squeegee. If they, although they didn't say they had any type of silicone elements, but they do have some PVC elements. So you never know, because sometimes these kind of companies do it. But I do like this one, and the dimensions. Look at the length. It's 43 centimeters. That's the length. The width is 45 centimeters, which is almost half a meter. And then the height is 52 centimeters. So everything is almost half a meter. So because of course that pretty much that weapon that she's carrying, but the detail is really good. That is a really interesting piece from PG Studio. Really cool. And this artist, I don't know this artist, but it seems to me that he has done a fantastic job here. And let me show you all the things that PG. We have to talk about other stuff from PG, but like you can see the stuff they do, particularly with female characters. They can be really good. Like for example, we saw with this one, the Creek Maid, which I think is an amazing 1/3 scale piece. This is a 1/4 scale, but PG definitely does amazing stuff. I love the same SNK stuff that they have done. Of course, Mei Shirano and all that. So that is good. PG definitely doing really amazing work again with these pieces. Now, moving into, and again, we're still with Spec Fiction. I want to move to this piece, Catfight. This is based on the art of Jamie Tyndall. Jamie Tyndall, one of those modern artists, they does a lot of these sexy covers and, you know, a lot of different art, different characters. There's a lot of sexiness on this character. That's the reason I have to censor the image on one and the in this case the thumbnail, because then I get in trouble with the YouTube. They stupid like that. In any case, $1,000 for this. It's a 1/4 scale. This is gonna be extremely limited. This is after artist Jamie Tyndall announced his White Widow statue. We now have his next piece available for pre-order. Catfight 1/4 scale statue created in Tyndall's signature style. Catfight has a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk vibe. Armed with a gun and a few gadgets strapped to her legs, Catfight is ready to rumble. So this is gonna be made out of resin. And here you can see some of the pictures with this one. Definitely, there's a lot of sexiness in this piece. I love the base. I think it has maybe a lighter feature. It looks like it. Of course, you know, she's curvaceous. And definitely this is not for me because this is too sexy. It's too hot for me. But if you're into his work, and I know there's fans out there, definitely this is going to work out really, really good. I would say with the likeness, with his art, it's not 100%. And I'm going to take you to his page, on his Facebook page, so you can see his art. But it's really, really close. They did a fantastic job with this piece. It's all sculpted. There's no, I would say, mixed media on it. I think it's really, really good. All right, so let me show you this. So we come into Facebook. I'm going to show you Jamie Tyndall's page so you have an idea of his art if you're unfamiliar with his work. He has a lot of fans, particularly in a lot of people come to his conventions, cons, because he does a lot of this art. As you can see, it does have that. That's Fan Expo Dallas. He's getting some pre-order stuff with Jamie Tyndall. Look at his art. Can I give you an idea? Well, that takes you to the website, Fan Expo. Okay, this is from Jamie Tyndall's website. You can see, so he does a lot of this special art, and definitely this Ivy looks really, really cool, as you can see. But he does a lot of this different. It's always this sexiness and these characters. Here you can see Merc Collectibles present. Merc Publishing is the one that publishes a lot of the comics that he does. And this one has LEDs. I can see it says right there. So Merc Publishing is the one producing this one. And Merc hasn't really done much collectibles, but they're doing that now. So you can go to mercpublishing.com. Here you can see what they do, made out of resin. So I'm gonna take you to that website so you can look at it. So we come into Merc Publishing. Catfight is $1,000. It's 20 inches with LED based pre-order. Here you can see that one. This one comes with more of a detailed design, all that kind of stuff. So Catfight 1/4 scale statue. So definitely very cool looking piece. 1/4 scale. Definitely, it's, as you can see, here you can see what Merc does, and they do more of the sexy art. And all the characters they produce and the things that Merc Publishing does, it's always about the sexy look of characters. So but here you can see on Facebook what he does, and he's announcing that as well. It's a 1/4 scale with Merc Publishing, and definitely he does a lot of it. You know, he promotes himself a lot. You know, that's the reason why he's popular too. and he has a lot of fan base. If you love this sexy characters, he has done stuff with Kickstarter, but a lot of his art, he gets funded. You know, when he goes to Kickstarter, he gets funded really quick. So, and he does a lot of different art for other companies. So he's in every con every time, and he gets a lot of people to do special commissions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So if you're unacquainted with his art, I invite you to kind of get more acquainted with it or get familiar. Come to Facebook and all that so you can see the stuff he does. It's good. I like this Born of Blood. I love that cover. That's pretty good, cool cover. So definitely that's what he does, and he's good at it. All right, my friends. So we are moving, and now I want to move now to Prime1 Studio. Like, we're going big now. One of the biggest companies here. And I want to talk about Prime1 Studio. Definitely, it has had a busy week. They released a few statues. Of course, we're going to talk about Green Lantern, Sinestro, all of that. But first, I want to talk about the first piece that was released this week, which is, in this case, for Attack on Titan. Which definitely there's a big fan base out there. There's two different versions. You got the Ultimate Premium Master Line, Attack on Titan, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. These are if you are, you know, the regular version, but then you have the deluxe bonus version. Price-wise, expensive. Almost $3,000 plus the shipping. Definitely, you're gonna be paying like $4,000 for this one. You buy directly. There's a payment plan, but it hurts. You know, it hurts even if like that. In any case, this is gonna release sometime between September and November next year. So it's gonna wait probably to 24 when you're gonna see it. But this piece, I'm telling you, looks really incredible. It was incredible from the moment I saw it when it was showcased at the showcase. It was incredible to look at. And it had this swappable. The bonus parts, they have swappable head parts. Although the swappable head parts, they all look kind of the same. Gotta be honest with you. I don't know what is the big difference with them. But I think this is the head part. This is the head part that comes with it. Okay. I was thinking, they all look the same. It's the same. It's just different angles. Okay. Now, this is the bonus part, and this is the regular one. So, okay, you know, the different face. I actually like this one. I liked actually the regular one a lot. But it's always good to have something different. I love the detail on this piece. The detail is amazing. To be honest, if I had the space for something like as big as this, I will go for something like this. I love when Prime1 Studio does this dioramas, these huge statues. They're always amazing. It amazes me how this company produces amazing art like this. But look at this one. Looks good. Love the detail. Looks super cool. And love the detail, the texture on his clothing. The paint job is amazing. The eyes, the expression at every angle. It looks really good. And then, of course, you see the other characters. Now, with the deluxe version, you get the extra swap with portraits as well. So you got the different portraits. You choose the one you want to change it around. They all have their own things, you know. And some of them are favorite. For example, on this one here, I prefer between this two, the deluxe and the regular. I prefer the regular. On this one, I prefer the deluxe. Although the regular looks pretty too. And on this one, definitely, I think the regular is better than that one. But it's good to have something to swap and make changes. And, you know, so you don't get bored with the display. 96 pictures. Different angles. It looks really good. You can see. Love the, you know, in this case, the Titan right there that they're stepping on. That's really cool. The destruction that you see there. This is an impressive piece for sure. Another home run, in my opinion, from Prime1 Studio when it comes about this. They still do the ultimate displays, in my opinion. Prime1 is still at the top of the food chain right now. They're the top when it comes about these collectibles. They do the most amazing ones, in my opinion. And definitely this. Oh, I just noticed this Titan in the back like a statue, but it's Titan. Love when they do that. I found this cleaner than the... For some reason, I prefer the art and the way that they do this, even the way the Titan in the back, than they did it with My Hero Academia display, because I love that one too. That's a beautiful statue as well, diorama. But I think this one is superior in the execution and the way their characters are positioned. It's gonna be simpler to display, but don't get me wrong. The other one is beautiful, My Hero Academia too, but this one definitely has a lot of beauty. Beautiful piece, no doubt. If we are going to complain about things, it's more about nitpicking, which people do. We all do. We get we nitpick about this or that, but I think it's impressive as it is. Look at that. Love the detail. All right, let's see. I don't know what you think, guys. If you like this show, but I definitely love the show. And man, there's many pictures. I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can, trying to cover as much as you can. I love the detail. This is the same pose that they used for what's the one that was done recently? Was that Sume Art? No, it was another company. Can't remember which company. It's a company that we discussed not recently. I think last week or the week before. But I'm probably lost on this one. But in any case, look at that. It's just huge. The piece is huge. It is well done. Well done in every angle. I love the detail. There's so much detail. This is the ultimate, in my opinion, the ultimate My Hero Academia representation, the ultimate statue. I don't think there's anything better out there that can surpass what they did on this whole display. It's the ultimate thing. Even if you buy it separate, I think this is the ultimate statue. And yeah, it's going to be for further years to come. So we're going to skip this one now. Yeah, you have the dough. Go for it. $3,000 is too much money for me. But it's, it's beautiful. No doubt about it. All right, so now we're going to talk about the other pieces that we have. Of course, we have here Tri-Eye. And then we have Sinestro and Tal Sinestro here. We're going to look at Tal Sinestro first before we get into the companion piece, which I thought it would come together, but for some reason they decided to sell it separate, which, they want to make more money, I suppose. $16.99 for this one. If you purchase, in this case, what is it, Hal Jordan, you get a discount, $100 discount. I like this one. As I mentioned before with this one, it's very similar to the Sideshow. It's an improvement over the Sideshow for sure, but it still looks like the Sideshow because of the way they chose the pose, which in some ways it's kind of like, based on the art. And I think they did a fantastic job. Even the clear resin that they use here with the power of Sinestro coming through in this case, through the lantern, that is really cool. And I love the different swappable portraits. I really like this one, like with this angry like this. I love that they went with the classic design of older version of Sinestro. It looks really good, man. I'm telling you, the swappable head parts, so the different variations that you have see, the calmer version, the one that is, being the jerk that he's always is, and then of course the angry one ready for fight. They're all good. Paint job is amazing. It's super tall. It's over 1 meter tall because of the power. But it looks really, really good, man. I'm telling you, this Sinestro looks really good. And it's impressive. In my opinion, the best Sinestro statue we have seen so far. And loud right there to Green Lantern. It's even taller than Green Lantern. I actually do like the pose better on Sinestro because he is looking forward while Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, is looking up. But, I think that was what they're trying to achieve. Of course, Tri-Eye is right there too. Really small. And they decided just to do it as a companion piece to buy separate. Looks really good, man. I'm telling you, it has light up feature, if I'm not mistaken. I think the clear resin works really good and around him with the power, representation of his power. Very, very cool piece for sure. I don't know what you think about this. I don't know if you're into this line or any of you. But if you are, what do you think? What do you think about this line so far? What do you think about this Green Lantern collection? To me, it's impressive. I think they did a really, really good job with it. Look at this. Love the paint job too. The black. Look at that. That is cool. Look at that. That is really cool. All right, man. So I'm kind of giving you an idea. I love the pictures. There's plenty of pictures to go around. There's so many. We can keep going and going. I'm gonna skip all of this. Picture is cool. I love that. This is definitely the ultimate Sinestro. This is definitely the best Sinestro I've seen in statue form up to this point. But now we're looking at the Museum Masterline Green Lantern, the Tri-Eye. This is another 1/3 piece, and this is gonna be a companion, and this is $599, which it's $600. But this is cool. I like this one because, of course, you don't have to have it, but it's good that they're starting to build the Sinestro Corps, and hopefully also they go with that. You know, we get to see the, you know, in this case the Green Lantern Corps, because I would love to see a statue of Kilowog. Kilowog would be amazing, huge, a huge statue to look at. But I'm sure that knowing Prime1, they can pull it off. They can pull it off. This is at best 1/3 third Green Lantern and Sinestro for sure. That line looks super sick. It looks sick, and it's just the beginning. And they started really strong, and I would love, because there's so many characters in the, you know, in the Green Lantern and the Lantern Corps, and of course the Sinestro Corps. There's so many characters to take from, and all the different corps. So man, the potential is there. Like the same way that they have really pulled it off with the Dark Knight's Metal, they can do it with the Green Lantern, and this one looks good. I love the port, in this case, the face, the sculpt, and the choice that they did with this one. It looks really menacing. It's only limited to 300 pieces, so they understand that this is not going to sell for everyone. So I think this is going to be highly collectible because of it, because, of course, it's limited. Once they start building the Sinestro Corps, then you're going to need more characters. So definitely, if being only 300, then definitely a lot of people are going to miss out. So that's when this type of things become very hard to come by, and they become more expensive, sometimes even more expensive than the main characters. So definitely I would say, if you're really interested on this one, then don't miss on Tri-Eye, because I think it's great. It's a simple base. It's a great actually representation of the character. It looks really good. It's a great companion to Sinestro for sure. And here you can see it's not big, but definitely it's a great companion. Looks really cool. Love the face and the smile with all the, you know, its fangs and teeth and all that stuff. Cool. And definitely the paint job is excellent. Nice paint job, you know, with that golden yellow and all that. It looks good. It looks really, really good. This is a very, very nice piece for sure. Great companion. So definitely, I will tell you, definitely they're killing it. Prime1 Studio doesn't miss a beat. You know, they always on top of things. They don't miss it. They know exactly what they're doing, and they continue to kill it, you know, with every statue along the way. Everything they continue to do is just amazing. And you know, that is definitely a really nice piece. All right, my friends. Now I want to go back to Sideshow. Now that we are within the 1/3 scale, and I want to talk about another 1/3 piece that was announced, and this is from PCS. And this is one that it was announced some time ago. I didn't want to talk about it then. I didn't have the time. Of course, I haven't been producing videos, daily videos, so I don't have the time to do it. But now is my chance. I know it's getting a lot of hate, this Thanos, for obvious reasons. It's not the best representation of Thanos. However, when you look at this, it's because they're basing it on a video game. You know, Marvel Contest Champions. Let me see. Contest of Champions. What is that? Thanos. And to be honest, that, you know, we have seen even you know, PCS the small version, like the PVC, that PVC doesn't look as bad. I gotta be honest, the PVC wasn't as bad looking. Also from PCS, even I like that version too. But when you look at the Contest of Champions Thanos, let me see if we can see some art somewhere. It's just not that great representation. Like, it's very cartoony. And in some cases, I feel that they kind of represent it, but not like right there. Right there. I feel that this actually looks better, the face. But when you look at the statue here, I don't know, that expression, I don't know, they went too cartoony with it. I feel that the head is too small. Even the head on the figure here is still kind of small, but it feels more round, more square. This one felt like, I don't know, I don't know. It is something that I cannot tell. I think dimension-wise, it feels off, even though it's based on the game. I just don't like the expression. I don't like the face. Overall, I'm not crazy about it. This one, perhaps a little more. I feel that they could have gone with a different expression. Maybe they pull it off as they did with Wolverine, and they come back and they do fix some things here again. It is a huge piece, no doubt about it. This line is huge. And the portraits are fine. You know, I just wish there was a different portrait, maybe a third portrait. But it's a big, big piece. But this is not gonna be for everyone. No, this is not for the people that really that want something more comic accurate, because it's not, or even the more modern comics. This is based on that video game and video game alone. Some people can forgive that, particularly those who do not read comics. Some people may fall in love with the design and they just simply say, I like this version, and people go for what they love. But dimension wise, this is huge. 34 inches in height. It is tall, 27 in width and 29 in the depth. So it's interesting. The base, not crazy about it either. You know, I'm gonna respect the artists here. They follow. I have to keep in mind. We also have to keep in mind the artists. They just simply follow instructions. You know, the art. They have to go through approval processes. You know, and sometimes, you know, they cannot do certain things. They have to follow. They have to copy the art. They have to follow the guidelines when they're doing, you know, working with a license. And we know that Marvel licenses have always been very, very strict in a lot of things. They are very strict on what they approve, because, you know, that's how it is. Not only you get approval from this case, the gaming company, the software company that is doing the game, but also you have to get the approval from Marvel, because ultimately they're using the character from Marvel. This one has the light up gauntlet, which I think is something that you should have on every Thanos statue anyway. This expression is a bit better than this one, although I love the teeth. I just feel that maybe they could just do something different with the face, perhaps widen the cheeks more. I think the cheeks are too thin, and perhaps that will make it look more impressive. I don't know, more. It will give him a stronger face, you know, stronger. That looks like an old lady that is angry. That, to me, that when you look at this, like an old lady getting angry for some reason, showing teeth. Perfect teeth for an old lady for sure. But in any case, it's something that needs to be worked on. But it's there. It's almost there. But it needs some retouching, and I think that will just make it perfect. Other than that, everything else, of course, is based on the game, so it has that modern touch. The base is not impressive in my opinion. It's just a base. And but looking at his hands and looking at his feet, you know it's big. That is a big piece for sure. And some people are gonna love it. And at this angle looks better. So it depends on the angle, that's for sure. But yeah, $1,500, limited to only 400 pieces. So that's another factor. Again, numbers also are important when it comes about collectibles, because they do determine the price. You know, they determine how things are going to be seen in the future, how collectible they're going to become. Now, this is right there. It's massive. That piece is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. You know, it's not for everyone. You know, and to be honest with you, like, I know there's 1/3 collectors out there, but I would love to see another Thanos. You know, as a 1/6 collector, I would love to see a 1/6 scale Thanos. The most recent Thanos that was by Kotobukiya on the throne, I kind of like it, but I still prefer the Bowen designs. I think the Bowen is better. Still better than the new Kotobukiya. I just didn't like, because also they went with a more modern representation. I want a classic 1/6 Thanos that looks like classic Thanos, that respects the source material, where I can see the art of George Perez, or I can see the art of the artists of, I forgot the name right now, but other artists that were there, that were doing the stuff in the 80s and 90s with Thanos. You know, I want to see that classic Thanos, you know, and even more modern Thanos, but I want a more impressive Thanos, because I haven't really been impressed with Thanos. I think the one that was the 1/5 scale that was done by Sideshow recently, that is amazing too. And the one on the throne with Sideshow, also amazing too. But I'm not a quarter scale collector. I'm not a 1/5 scale collector. So 1/3, it is massive. But this line so far has been hit or miss, in the sense that they've been following. I think what I love is what they did with Wolverine, that they went back to the redrawing board and they fixed Wolverine. It looks much better. But with Thanos, I feel that they need to do the same thing. Hopefully they listen to that and they do it. Only time can tell. Now, when I'm talking about this, because I skipped something, I was talking about this, and I want to talk about also PCS, because they did a reveal. And of course, this is a reveal. This is something that we don't know yet when this is going to release, but it's a 1/6 scale. This is a Marvel Future Revolution, another video game, mobile game. But this one, I think it's a mobile game. Captain America 1/6. I like this one. They went with the modern Captain America. I think this is battling Ultron, or the different Ultrons. I think it's a really cool representation of Captain America. It has a modern vibe, of course, with the suit, but it looks really cool. This is something I think So far, I think this, what they're doing with the 1/6 collection, I do like the, the Ghost Rider looks amazing. So I think this is also good. So that's another thing that I'm really looking forward to see more 1/6 scale stuff. Not necessarily crazy about the Magneto. I prefer the Kotobukiya Magneto, but this is another option there. And we're waiting to see what happened with this one. We'll see. Because I have the Kotobukiya, which I review, and I like it, but I'm not so crazy. I'm not crazy about the way they did the shield. But this one, I like this even more. I think this is a more classic pose, in my opinion, when he's battling, holding his shield. So I think I like this one too. So we'll see what happens. All right, my friends. Let me see if there's any coming back to some of the comments, because we're moving along. We're moving along. Let me drink something here because we're moving on. We have 3 more companies to go. So actually, we're doing good time now. We're gonna talk about Gentle Giant. We're going to talk about Queen Studios, and we're going to talk about Hollywood Collectibles Group. So, oh wow, that's pretty good. But again, thank you very much, my friends, for watching. You're watching this. You're to this point. You haven't liked. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to share also. That helps me out. But I thank you. Thank you very much for taking time with me, spending the weekend with me this Saturday. All right, I want to move, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Gentle Giant. Let's go to Gentle Giant. We're going to Gentle Giant Ltd. Because there's 2 different pieces that they were released this week. There's a half San Diego exclusive, The Force Awakens First Order Officer Legends in 3 Dimensions. We're gonna talk about this one. But first, as a half scale, but we're going to talk about this milestone, which is a 1/6 scale piece. Now, this is the 40th anniversary exclusive. $250, I think it's a good price. Star Wars A New Hope, Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise milestone statue. Now, this is going to release. It doesn't say exactly when. They're not giving you dates for now. This is just going to be 1,000. 1/6. It's going to ship the US, Canada, the Emirates, I think, the Emirates, the Japan, South Korea, Brazil, Mexico, Russia, and Australia. Is that the case? Yeah. So technically almost worldwide. Now, this is not the first time that they have done one like this. They did one some years ago. This is, I think, an updated version with the milestone version. The other one, I like this one. The other one has different weapon. I think I like the expression on this one. It's the likeness with the character. It's not 100%, but it's not a bad piece. And of course, you have the interchangeable portrait. $250 as always. Gentle Giant is really fair with the price. It looks good. It doesn't have as much detail per se, but I think the detail that it has for the price is just spot on. With his blaster, again, the portrait, not 100%, but I think they did a good job. And for the price, you're getting something good. So 1/6. Again, this is not the first time they have done that. I see. I'm gonna see if we can find the old one. This has been years. Han Solo, Stormtrooper. Maybe we can come up with the old one right here. And this one is on eBay. $349. Also 1/6. This is, so we went to eBay to kind of give you an idea. This one, this is the paint job wasn't as crazy as that, but this is another variation. It's really good. This, of course, you can see. But the big difference with that one, what I like about this one is that you can do different poses with that one. Which I think a lot of people love that. It was very limited in number as well. $586. So, I'm sorry, 586 pieces, which I think is good. So it's not a really bad piece. Of course, he has seen, it's already old in comparison to others. But what I like about that one is that he had, again, the different variations of the weapon was different. It's a long weapon. It's cool though. So this is a new version of it, as you can see. celebrating the 4th anniversary. It's a 40th anniversary exclusive, so it's a different variations of the other one. But what I want to talk about, this is San Diego exclusive. Again, we're gonna start seeing more San Diego Comic-Con stuff as we approach the con. This is the Force Awakens First Order Officer released in 3D Dimension Bus. So this is a half scale. This is going to you can only purchase one unit. It's a half scale, 1,000 pieces, which is a lot. And here you can see it's a simple thing, but I'll get this here. But that's another thing that we'll see with this half scale bus. You know, they're simpler. They don't break the bank. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can create a bus collection just for $200. You have something, you know, that it looks fair. And here are all the little bus that they have. They have this one, the Force Awakens Stormtrooper First Order Legends in 3D Dimension bus. So they already have one. They're regular for $175. So this is, it's technically the same thing. Between this one, San Diego exclusive, is because he has the little, in this case, the shoulder path in comparison to this one. But when you look at this one, it's just the same piece. All they did was add the other thing, but it's the same skull. And this is the First Order, just the regular Stormtrooper. So, in some ways, they kind of like gimmicky about it. Because technically, you're getting the same thing. The only difference was the shoulder pad. That's it. That's all it is. Alright, so we're moving on from Gentle Giant. Unless, let me see if there's any comments. Oh, great stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Edwin. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching. All right, my friends. So now I want to move on. I want to move on to Queen Studios. And for that, first, I want to come to Facebook because there was an announcement made at Facebook for Queen Studios fans. And you come to, if you're an in-art fan, there was an announcement. And this is something that people were requesting for a while. So they did a release. They have it in Chinese and they have it in Japanese. So we're gonna read this one right here. Let me see if they wrote it or there's something here. So there was the need. So what they did, they posted a picture in Chinese, and they also did one in English. It says right there, once this collectible figure update, after careful consideration, the in-art team has decided to add the Moria, sorry, staff used by Gandalf and Gandalf the Great in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, to be closer to the movie character. This change in large part is due to the feedback. There was a lot of feedback about it from the collecting community. InArt is dedicated to making the finest quality figure with next level screen accuracy. And this edition is in keeping with this philosophy. All collectors who have and want to pre-order the InArt 16 collectible Gandalf the Grey figure can get the new accessories, as we expect to provide more posability options for you. Thank you again for your support and love from InArt. A lot of people were complaining about that because they didn't have it. They didn't have the staff. Of course, they only have the sword. So they finally decide, you know, to give it to the clients. And I would say that is good for Queen Studios, because there was a lot. If you go to the collectors group, there were a lot of people that they were complaining about it. You know, they said that they needed one because even the Asmus was giving you one. So they say, why is it that you didn't get that for the price? So they listen, and I think that makes this Gandalf the ultimate Gandalf, in my opinion. So I'm glad that they're doing that, because yeah, that's what they promised. All right, so now we're gonna talk about what I really talk about is the Iron Man Mark 85, which is the new thing now. But I want to come to Spec Fiction. You can come to the website, but we're going to go to Spec Fiction because they have it there. And it's expensive. Iron Man Mark 85 life-size statue, $11,000, $11.50. Pocket change for the rich. Pocket change for Bezos. And not for us. Not for all, you know, not for most collectors, not for 99.99% of collectors. But in any case, look at this one. It continues the same tradition that they do with these bases. They do, the bases are okay. They put the sign of Avengers, so you know exactly what this is from, which in my opinion, like, we know it's Iron Man. And, you know, like, but, you know, they do that. I've never been crazy about that. But in any case, it is a great armor. It's super cool. But not for the faint of heart, not for the the people that, you know, like the average person that is counting the pennies, it looks amazing though, and that's something that we can appreciate. We can appreciate the likeness of this. But to be honest, at that price range, I would love for them to have the portrait of Downey Jr. They should at least add it. But man, that is impressive. Look at that. It has the light up feature in the chest, on the base, and also on the eyes. That's cool. So it seems that we love some of that. But that gives you an idea where we at. Really nice, impressive statue. No denying on that. It's huge. It's made out of polystone, which I imagine is going to be super, super heavy. It says that it's made out of polystone. Not sure if there's any other elements there. It says polystone. So, but if it's made out of polystone as a life-size bust, it's going to be a life-size statue. It's going to be super expensive. Well, not super expensive. It's going to be super expensive to ship. It's already expensive, but it's going to be super heavy, and therefore it's going to be super expensive to ship. Hopefully they don't go that. I don't think it's like that, because if I come to Queen Studios, I think it says right there, but let me double check on Queen Studios website, because just to be on the safe side, you know, because I think it should have at least some type of fiberglass elements and stuff like that, as they have done with other of their life-size Iron Man statues. Here you can see on the website, LED lights, height, dimensions. Well, it doesn't really say. Which is strange that they don't have it here. But how about we go to Facebook just to kind of give you an idea. We were there, but I'm guessing there's gonna be some type of fiberglass elements on it. Man, there's some thunder out there. It's just right there. Got the chance to have the collection. Where to pre-order? Of course, you have all the pre-order places. I don't see any notes, price information. It says, of course, where it's available. About the armor, about the statue, about the base. Well, I don't see exactly where are they going to go and do this, but here you can see also other pictures with dimensions of all the different Iron Man statues that they have released so far. Each one has its own potential. Each one has its own beauty. That is for sure. But I think they probably is going to have some alloy elements as well. So fiberglass, for example, just to keep the costs not super high and extremely expensive. It is beautiful, though. It is really, really, really beautiful. All right, let me see if there's any comments. So far, everything seems so good. Thank you for watching, my friends. All right, so I want to come to SciShow so we can finalize tonight. Definitely has been an incredible stream tonight. Appreciate that, you know, that you're sticking with me overall. But I want to come here because I want to look at the last piece that we have. And this is, now that we're looking at life-size stuff, we're going to look at a prop. You know, in this case, this is from Hollywood Collectibles Group. I want to look at, there's a lot of art prints now. Some really beautiful art prints from SciShow for sure. But we're not looking at any of that tonight. What we're going to look is at this right here. This Predator cutting disc from Hollywood Collectibles. Of course, Hollywood Collectibles always been known in the industry for the Predator stuff, alien stuff, a lot of the monster stuff, all the stuff that they do, a lot of prop stuff. And they're doing this $105. It is expensive, but for props, I think it's an average price. 500 pieces for this. Of course, they made out of the real deal materials, so this is a replica. Well, actually, it's made out of resin, so I thought it would be like metal, which now I feel like why is it that if it's metal, I understand $100, but now not being metal, resin, not necessarily crazy about the price now. Because now, of course, you go in the easy route. It's mixed media, it says polyurethane, so it's going to have some plastic elements. So now I can say I found it expensive, because I thought when I saw it first that it was made out of metal, you know, like a real die-cast thing as a prop. So it is a prop replica, but it's kind of like the cheaper version of the replica. It's cool, though. It has the light-up features and all that, you know, to make it even cool. Definitely on display. It's not like you're going to be playing with it, but definitely it's for display. I still find it expensive now. I thought it was just die-cast elements. So with that, I was like, okay, I understand the price. At the same time, you don't want to have to be in something like the full die cast on this, because then it would be very heavy and expensive at the same time due to the dimensions. It looks cool though. If you're into replicas, if you're into Predator, definitely something to consider. Definitely the Lido feature adds an extra pizzazz, an extra thing. It looks cool. So there's no denying on that. So that is really, really cool. So yeah, I can say one thing, definitely. Let me show you something. While we're here, definitely let me give you an idea, because sometimes people kind of don't see that. But let me show you what Hollywood does. For those who are familiar with this company, as you can see, they do a lot of replica stuff. They have a lot of the motion tracker, a lot of the Predator stuff, and alien stuff, and also they do some statues, and they've been doing some interesting statues. That pulse rifle, always loved that. And it was Scissor Hand, that was on the wait list. All this on the wait list. So they've been in business for a while, doing stuff like this. So interesting. All right, my friends, now coming to the end of the video. Let me get my dots straight right here. Let me drink some water. We have more minutes. If you have anything to say, any questions you may have, just post your questions. Maybe we can, or anything that you want to say that maybe I miss and you want to point out, let me know so we can look at it, so we can talk about it in this last minutes. Oh, that's good. I'm tired. It's been a hard week. Busy week of work. All right. What can I say, my friends? What can I say? Ugh. Back. Pretty tired. I mean, that's a lot better. Okay. Sorry. Well, what can I say, my friends? First and foremost, I want to say to all of you, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support to this channel. It means a lot to me. We are getting closer to 10th anniversary this year. It's going to be at the end of this year, our 10th anniversary of JP Sour Reviews. And to me, it's surreal to think about 10 years of making videos. And definitely, we don't have a big channel. Some other channels have come and they have really taken over. I would say they what people look at, and but I gotta be honest with you. Sometimes you feel like, man, like you can feel a bit jealous about some other channels, and I'm not gonna deny it. Just sometimes you get a little bit jealous because you say, man, I have put the work, and I wish there were more people watching. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the opportunity that it's been given to me to really do what I do here, and to just to be myself. And a lot of it has to do with your support. To be honest, you allow me to express myself. You allow me to bring my point of view, and for that I'm always grateful. I'm always going to be grateful, because it's not an easy thing. Not everyone is willing to share their opinion. Not everyone is willing to listen. But that keeps me grounded, to realize that in the end, it's not about numbers. It's not about huge numbers of people. It's about being yourself. It's about loving people. It's about engaging with people, and it's about just having fun. So I have fun, when we get the opportunity to talk about these things. There's a lot of collectibles. Of course, there's always going to be the doubt in regards to the pricing. We're always going to complain about it. It's just the way it is. It's nature of it. And it has to do because there's so much stuff that is coming out, and picking and choosing is hard. Trying to choose the best thing, and trying to have a budget and trying to be smart about it. It's just always hard, and you want to make the right choices. And that's what I try to do, is to help out. I love the art. I understand the passion. Not everything is gold. Not everything is for everybody. I still love to look at it. I still enjoy looking at it. I still enjoy to seeing what companies and ideas they come up with. And that's what we share here. That's what I talk about collectibles. That's what I talk about the statues, about the props. I talk about the action figures. I talk about everything, because I feel that there is a space for everything. And Doesn't mean that you have to have it all, but at least you can enjoy it. And the more you see things, and one thing is important, I think the way you grow in this industry and this hobby is that by paying attention. You know, like if you only have your eyes fixated on one company, then you're always gonna see a limitation. You're gonna be limited by that single thing. It's like, for example, only eating vanilla, but you have never tried chocolate because you only eat vanilla. And then people, they only love two different flavors. They only go from vanilla and chocolate. They never try pistachio, or they never try other flavors, you know, other different flavors. And there's so many flavors. And sometimes we stick with the same thing. And I do the same thing. I believe me, I do. But when you start trying new things and you start seeing what other companies, you're paying attention, at least paying attention to the conversations and talking about other collectors, then you realize what is happening in other parts of the hobby. And that can also helps you to see, wait, if they're doing this, perhaps we can use some of that and bring it into this side so we can have some ideas. Because believe me, some companies are really pushing the technology and the ideas and the concepts in a way that it's amazing. And sometimes the guy gives you ideas. Oh, what about if we bring that from that company, that new concept, that new idea with that new material, bring it into this other hobby? What can we get? And I feel that that's what we're getting to see. So that's the reason you have to kind of have a wide view of all the companies. Because if this company is doing it for this franchise, how about this company can take the idea, learn from that company, and apply it to this other license. So, and it's a win-win for everybody. I think that that's the reason why the hobby has improved, and the art now is in comparison to what it used to be, has come a long way. I'm not saying that it's superior on the design concept, but at least on the execution, there is improvements in the technology for sure. And of course, classics are classics. A classic, we're always gonna love the classic stuff, but you know, that doesn't mean that just because the classic stuff is good and we love it, that pretty much stops, you know, or is the only thing that we're going to see. We have to see what other companies are doing. So I don't know, to me there's always room for classic stuff and for modern stuff. There's always room for both. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Hey, Knight, thank you. No, thank you for that. You know, like, I really appreciate it. It's fun for me, and I truly enjoy it. So my friends, you know, we're coming to the end of the night. I just have to mention, we will have, if I'm not mistaken, next week is gonna be our live stream. I don't know the following, but the next week we'll be here next Friday. Stay tuned for videos. I'm working in some reviews that I need to finish. I want to finish before I go on vacation. Perhaps I can have some video reviews. So stay tuned for those things. And again, like I mentioned, happy Father's Day, my friends. If you hope you enjoy, all my friends, you enjoy the weekend with your kids, grandkids, if you don't have kids, but if you're, you know, taking care of your nephews, or, you know, you're helping other people, stepchildren, you know, like adoptive children, or any person that you're helping, any kids or children that they see you as a father figure, you know, congratulations. You deserve to have a good time this weekend. You deserve the Father's Day. It's for you. So enjoy it, whether you go to the movies or play video games. I'm gonna play, I don't know if I want to live stream, but I've been thinking about live stream maybe this weekend. We don't know. I'll see how it goes. But my friends, God bless you. Have a great night. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for the donation, also for the super chat. Thank you. I forgot who was the one that donated. Oh yeah, Eddie, thank you very much for your donation, $10 donation. I appreciate it. If anyone is willing to donate, thank you very much as well. If not, by all means, I understand. But I will say God bless you. Take care, my friends. Edwin, have a good night. Happy Father's Day. And I'll see you next time. And stay tuned. Take care, my friends. Have a good night. Agent 37 would like to see a diorama with Captain America holding Thanos' hand back from the movie. It's a diorama with Captain America holding Thanos' hand back from the movie. That is an interesting concept. Now you make me think. Now you're making me think. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, maybe PCS can pull it off because they've been doing all that stuff with the 1/6 scale, perhaps, or even a quarter scale from another company. Who knows? Well, okay, Agent 37, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Quality over quantity. Okay, you know what? That is actually a good advice. That is an excellent advice. Quality over quantity. It's not about having a lot of stuff. It's about having some beautiful stuff, or the stuff that actually is better than others. So yeah, it's always important to keep that in mind. Quality over quantity. Don't forget that. I have to keep that in mind myself. So my friends, have a good night.